Hey everybody, this is the Chase and Yoshi Show, episode number 3. Brought to you by Schook Kaidan.com. My name's Yoshi and I'm joined by Chase. What's up, dude?
Yo, dude.
The I got you a nickname. I got you a nickname.
Oh
I have
no.
I have to give you a nick. I have to give both of us a nickname every time we do this show.
What was it last time? It was like
Uh,
it was
PhD
like,
and cuck or something.
yeah, I'm like Professor Cuck,
Right.
PhD.
Right,
You were like
I was the
you're-
Sultan of loneliness or aloneness.
I thought you were like Yo Jizzle or something like
No,
that.
no, no, no. I was the Sultan of Friend Zone. I was the Sultan of Friend Zone. It
Okay.
rhymes. It always
Cool.
rhymes.
All right. Well, this time
You are the Chase Lim, the muckety muck of cuck. Huh?
Muckety Muck of Cuck. Okay.
Yeah?
Okay. I'll
You like
go
that?
with that. Yeah. Um. Let's see, Yoshi. You will be the
I mean, you don't have to make it rhyme.
you are the darling to my Franks.
Oh.
All right.
Am I inside you?
That's for later.
Okay, we'll definitely get into talking about how some dudes get inside a girl in an anime. Okay, that's a whole anime discussion we're not going to get into. I am the king of alone style, Yoshi, Chase, the muckety muck of cuck. Welcome, everyone. We haven't talked to you guys in a couple months. Chase is back to do the show. He's
Yeah.
super busy.
This is the first weekend where I've actually had like time in my afternoon. Like
Yeah.
it's been absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah,
So,
you've been on a tear since you got out of school. You went to Japan, so that's a
Yep.
notable thing you did, and
Yeah.
you've been keeping busy trying to get jobs and shit.
I've been doing the hustle. Also, there's just been a lot of family stuff like for
Chinese New
almost,
Year
Yeah,
next-
the
last
past
week.
3 weeks I've gone to a relative's house every weekend, right when we're doing the podcast normally. So it's that you know that's cool. That's
That's
very
cool.
that makes me very fun. Yeah, it's like this week was at like yesterday was at my aunt on my mom's side. Last week was my uncle on my dad's side. The week before that was my grandparents. The week before that one was I drove my grandparents like 200 miles north to attend
Jesus.
some brunch
Oh
thing,
my God.
and it was supposed to be it was supposed to be like a 2.5 hour drive originally. It turned into a 4 hour drive.
Oh
because
God.
I spent 2 hours in traffic because there was a some terrible pileup. Like my dad sent me the news article. It was like, yeah, 3 people died in fiery car crash, and it was like that was
Oh,
what I was
God.
piled up behind. I was like, okay, that's great. So, yeah, this is my first kind of semi-free weekend in a long time, to where we could actually have this show because we
Yeah.
were planning to do this, like
A month, 2 months ago, maybe.
2 months ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, better late than never.
Yep. So
At least that's what I like to believe.
Yep.
The ladies
Well-
don't say so, though.
I don't know
Or
about
do
your
they?
ladies, but my ladies, they ain't complaining.
Well, my ladies are 2D, so they don't really talk to me.
It's okay. I'm being friend zoned all day, so it's
Yeah, and I'm also what's my nickname?
the
Again?
muckety muck of cuck.
Yeah, so they kind of ignore me while I watch them, and while
You
they're
watch
with-
you
while
watch in the corner with this very embarrassed look in your face, but
yeah, that
And
that's
then
my
your-
extent
your-
of interaction.
your girlfriend from the swim team is kissing the other guy, and you're sitting in the corner like that's. I thought
We're not
going
talking
out.
about this again. That story is over. That was a show or two ago. We're not
That-
talking about that anymore.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're back. We're gonna do a show, and we're gonna talk about your Japan trip. That's the first thing on the docket here.
Alrighty. Let's
Take
just
us through your
get-
trip from your departure, preparation, departure, everything.
All right, sure. Yeah, so this is like my first time in Asia, like proper period. I've been to like Europe before, but never Asia, so it was cool. I left 2 days after I graduated from school too. So
Jesus.
like I graduated in December, so it was like I think like I came back from school on the 21st of December, and then we left on like Christmas Eve or something like that.
Yeah.
and it was just very like I didn't have enough time to process what was going on. It just was all a blur. I like next thing I know, I'm on the plane on this long ass plane ride all the way over to Japan. I
12,
knew it was
13
gonna be
hours, right?
long. Yeah, I knew it was gonna be long. I did not realize how long a 12-hour plane ride like actually is, though. I watched like 4 movies, took a nap, and played Switch. Like, and I still had time to spare. Pretty ridiculous. So first we landed in Tokyo. Very briefly. We didn't start off in Tokyo. We started off in Osaka. So we landed in Tokyo. It was about 9 o'clock at night. And then we caught a connecting local flight down to Narita Air or no Kansai. Yeah, Kansai Airport, KTX, I think. And we flagged down the taxi at like 12 at midnight. Had him drive an hour into the city, into Osaka, and we got lost because our place was like tucked in between 2 other buildings. And
Wait, you guys didn't take like a cab or something?
no, we did take a cab, but then we got to the address and we didn't see it because it was pitch black,
Oh,
no
okay.
street lights or anything.
Ooh.
And yeah, so we drove past it like in the circle like 6 times, and our taxi driver did not speak a lick of English. So I'm like trying to use
Of
my
course.
broken. I'm like, Coco, here, Coco, or like over there, like, and it was really interesting.
I'm sure if you
It's an
extrapolate that
interesting story.
conversation, it just sounds like some sort of gaijin porn flick, JAV.
Yeah,
It's like
probably.
you're telling the person like where on the body.
Yeah.
Coco, Coco,
Touch me
Coco,
here. Touch
Coco.
me, Coco. Yeah. Yeah. So we got lost, and then we finally found it. Like, I don't know. We had like a screenshot of what the building looked like, but it was during the daytime, and it was nighttime, and our building was black, and we couldn't see where it was. So it's terrible. Yeah. Anyway, it was good. We first day we took like a bike tour. We just did like my mom helped plan the Osaka part of the trip, like because I went with my family. I went with my mom, dad, and my sister. So we did some more touristy stuff. Like we took a bike tour all the way through Osaka. That was really cool. We were riding next to the river. We saw like, I don't think it was the Diet Building, but it was like an important important
government type of thing.
political building. We saw some like place where like a ton of couples go to get married, and the guy was just making fun of me the whole time about it for whatever reason, because I guess I was
Why?
the youngest one in the group. I don't know. It was just like, oh, this is the place where a lot of Japanese people like to get a Western wedding as opposed to like the traditional Shinto wedding.
Right.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, you want to get one too?"
Oh, that
And I'm
kind of
like,
thing.
and I'm like, he's like, "You got a girlfriend?" And then he pointed to some random other girl, like some random other poor girl, like with us.
Oh,
He's like,
no.
Is she your girlfriend?" I'm
Oh
like,
no.
no.
Well, at least he
No.
didn't. At least he didn't go like, oh. He points at your sister and goes, "Is that your girlfriend?" Then it's like,
Yeah,
oh, that's
that would,
super awkward.
Yeah, that would have been a big. That's a no for me, dog. Yeah, so the bike ride was really cool though. It was just like it went on so long. It was like 6 hours of biking through the city, and it was very stressful trying to cross some streets and whatnot. But it was a good time, and we saw a lot of really cool stuff. So second day of Osaka, we went into Dontonbori. We also went to like a fish market. It was great. Just getting to like immerse in the culture and stuff. I was still getting like mildly like culture shocked, I guess. I was just kind of in awe and amazement. I was like, I'm finally here, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we took the train to Kyoto. From there, we spent 5 days about in Kyoto.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we spent a good deal. It was like 5 nights, or No, like yeah, it was like 4 nights, 5 days. So it's like we left on the fifth day. Um, we went to Fushimi Inari Shrine, which is one of the it's like the most well known, one of the most popular shrines in all of Japan. It's very pretty. It's got all of the red gates, like the purifying gates, all the way up the
Mm-hmm.
mountain. Has like over like 300 or something like that. Um, we also went to Gion District, which is where the last few remaining geisha girls still live. I think Gion District was probably, I think it was like the prettiest like like city part of Japan that I have seen, especially like Kyoto. Kyoto, like the just general aesthetic and the way that the city just looks, like the old architecture
It
and
looks like
everything. Yeah,
everything
it
you
was just the
see in
most.
like Edo period pieces.
Yeah, yeah, it just looked the most scenic. Like it was just really beautiful. Like I wouldn't mind living in Kyoto. I don't
Yeah,
think it
yeah,
would be
it's
great.
very pretty.
Yeah. We also
Did you
went
see?
to
Did you see
what?
Kiyomizu?
What's Kiyomizu?
It's that big ass temple in Kyoto. I mean,
I think we
you would
did.
know if you, I don't know.
Oh,
It's
is it wooden? It's like the
yeah,
longest wood building.
I think so. It's that one that when like Japanese TV shows and shit or anime they go to a school field trip in Kyoto. It's that temple that they always go to. It's that big one that's like super tall. It's like
Oh no, we
six.
didn't go there.
No,
No.
okay,
Yeah.
that's the
Um.
big famous one.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We didn't go to that one, unfortunately, but we went to a couple other we went to a couple other places that, cause the deal was we went to Japan like during like right during the New Year or like right after Christmas.
Right.
So a lot of places and temples were closed because they're like observing.
Well, they would open up for the next day, right? For the
Well, yeah,
New
but it's
Year's
like
celebration.
like for example, like we wanted to go to like we went to Osaka Castle the day before it closed, like on
Right.
like we went on like the 26th or something, and then
Right.
it
Right.
closed for New Year's from the 27th until like the 2nd. So, a lot of other like like really popular temples and stuff were closed, and so we had to try to go to as many places, like as many more historic places as we could before the New Year that were in Kyoto. So, one place that was still open during all that time was the Arashiyama Monkey Park. I called it going to visit my solo queue teammates because they're all monkeys. I got a few cute pictures of those.
Yeah.
It was fun. And then after Kyoto, we went to Hakone, which is it's a small, kind of smaller like touristy town that's west of Tokyo. It's like an
Yeah.
hour out by Shinkansen. We stayed at an onsen hostel,
Nice.
which was great. I got spend my first time in an onsen there. It was like they have these big stone baths out in the back, and everyone who's staying at the hostel can use it. And I got to hop in with some German dude, and he was just like, I always love seeing how much more used to nudity like European people are, because I was just kind of like, oh hey, what's up, and he was just like full spread eagle,
Yeah.
like in the bat, just like letting it all hang out, and I'm like, okay,
I
that's
mean, you
cool.
can cover yourself up until you get to the water. As long as
Yeah,
you're
I
not
know.
wearing the
Yeah,
towel in the water, it's fine. And it's not like
yeah,
people are going to be diving in the water trying to look at your junk. So,
yeah, of course. And like that was the only time I ever saw someone else in there with me, because I always managed to time it where I'd like be all by myself.
yeah.
So that was nice because I gotta just enjoy it and like soak it in and whatnot. Um, yeah. Oh yeah, getting to the hostel though. So we got off at the station in Hakone, and then we had to hike 2 miles up like this like 40-degree slope, like curving, winding mountain slope, all the way up to our place, lugging our luggage.
Oh, God.
and they're like it's like a one-way street, and there are cars like barreling like fucking initial D'ing like down the curves, and there's
You
no
hear the Eurobeat
sidewalks.
in the back. Yeah.
Yeah, you just hear cars go by and you boom, 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 like
Yeah.
coming out of the car. Yeah, there's no sidewalk, so we had to share the one-way road with the cars. So that was a bit of an exercise and a bit of a thrill, I guess,
Yeah.
if you want to call it that. And then we also went to Lake Ashi up in Hakone, which is a very blue, very picturesque lake. They have like the pirate ships and stuff that you can ride on, and then everyone goes there because you can try to see Mount Fuji, I guess, when it's not cloudy. Except when we went, it was like the one out like 2 hour period where it was cloudy, so we weren't able to see it. But I got good pictures of Mount Fuji when we were on the Shinkansen to Tokyo. So
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, yeah, and we spent New Year's in Hakone, and for people like so New Year's is like it's a bigger holiday for Japanese people, where it gets to the point where all restaurants and like businesses will close for like the day of and the day after.
Yep.
So if you're a tourist there, you don't have food at home, you can't really eat anything
Yeah.
unless you go to a konbini, like a convenience store. So for New Year's dinner, we bought like a shit ton of food from Lawson's and stuff, and like we just got like onigiri, we got like microwave ramen, some like katsudon, something, and we just like heated it up at back at our hostel in a microwave, and we just ate it. Yeah, no, it like the konbini food is really good. Like it was just really good. It was just kind of like what it was like. Oh, no place is open. We're just gonna chow down on convenience food. And then day after that, we went to Tokyo. We stayed near Sangobashi Station near Shibuya. It was really, really close, really central. It was really convenient, and places that we went while we were in Tokyo, we went to like Disney Sea, because we met up with my friend and his girlfriend once we were in Tokyo, and that's one of the places they wanted to go to. We went to Disney Sea. We went to Ghibli Museum. Ghibli Museum was really great. We went to Tokyo Skytree. We went to the Pokemon Center there.
It's inside the Skytree.
Yeah, there's
That's
a
cool.
Skytree Pokemon Center, and it apparently they've been like expanding it, because my friend went last year to Japan, and he was like, "Wow, this place got like a lot bigger. It became more fancy. They had all these crazy statues everywhere. They're having like a 10 and under kids Pokemon battle like tourney going on while I was there, which is really cool.
Nice.
And yeah, I got some stuff for myself and presents for friends while I was there. Um, yeah, and then I also went to Shibuya. Went to the infamous Takeshita Street. I still can't pronounce that very well. I don't know if you can pronounce
Takeshita?
it any better. Yeah, Takeshita. Yeah, it's if you want crowded,
Oh,
that place
yeah. I'm looking at it
is
now.
fucking crowded. It was so bad. It was like worse than AX, and I don't even know how that's possible. It was just like you're not even moving. You have to push through people to move.
Yeah.
Like people like even though there's two sides of the street, it's like one side like it wouldn't even move sometimes. It's just terrible. Um but the crepes are good. I don't know why, but like everyone's like, yeah, you have to go try the crepes on Takeshita Street. So we're like, okay, that's cool. I also went to Tower Records in Shibuya. I absolutely love that place, man. I've never been to a Tower Records before, and like it was like 8 floors, and they're playing like they play different music on every floor, and like I heard some like crazy like jazz album that they were playing on like the 6th floor, and I liked it so much I went and bought the album. And there was some obscure Japanese band I've never heard of before that has no online presence or anything. They only sell physical, and it's it was crazy. It was like this amazing music album I never would have found anywhere else.
In this day
And
and age, that's how Japan is, right? It's that really
yeah,
backwards, physical first kind of mentality. But when you have stuff like Tower Records that's still available to you, you can still find good music without having to just watch YouTube and scour through Bandcamp or whatever or SoundCloud.
yeah, yeah. This band like isn't even on YouTube. I don't even think they have like a Twitter or anything
Yeah.
either. Like, the only proof of existence I have of them is the CD. Uh, one of the pictures that is scrolling by that you might see, I also found DJ Amaya wrote like a note of
Yeah.
thanks on one of his CDs, and I tweeted that at him, and like I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. DJ Amaya was here, like, and they're selling all of his stuff, and yeah. So after Shibuya, we went to Akihabara. We spent a lot of time in the Taito Sega game towers, just walking around. We actually didn't go too deep in. I went to Donkey. I finally made the pilgrimage to the AKB theater, although I don't care about them as much as I did like a few years ago, which kind of sucks. I would have been a lot more excited. I was just kind of like, oh, okay, I'm here. All right,
I
let's go.
thought I thought they didn't let you take pictures inside, or I might be thinking of something else with the
Nah,
AKB
they
theater.
let
Maybe it's a
us
cafe or something.
maybe inside, but I just like I took a picture of the exterior of the cafe and shop
Yeah.
at the entrance of the Akihabara station, and I took a picture at the top of the donkey as well.
Yeah, there's a security guy in the corner tucked away with his head poking out.
I mean, I kind of snuck it too because
Yeah.
I was a bit shy. Like I
Yeah.
didn't know what was going on. Like I got to the top, I took a picture of like the entryway, but that wasn't the actual like theater. It was just like some service entryway, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's not
Japan
it. And
has
I
some
turned,
weird no photograph kind of rules in random
yeah,
places, so
yeah. Um, yeah, but I managed to sneak my. Actually was a security guard though. Like
yeah.
you can actually see him in the
Yeah,
photo.
that's what I mean. Like you see
Yeah,
him like just tucked away in that corner.
yeah. There's a line. There was a line of people because I think there was a show going on that night,
Oh,
but
really?
I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't enter the lottery for tickets or anything, so I didn't get one.
Even
Um,
even if you apply a Super Empo, you're probably not going to get tickets.
yeah,
They're
exactly.
impossible to get.
Yeah, so I didn't even bother. Um, and then last day, I had like an hour to kill, so I went to two sites of Makoto Shinkai films. I went to the stairs and at our featured in Your Name at the end, which was pretty cool. It was like raining though, super hard. So like the picture is kind of like blah, because it's not as sunny as it is in the actual movie. Um, but then I went to Shinjuku Gyoen, which is like the garden in the center of Shinjuku, which I didn't like. We lived like 5 minutes away from it, and I didn't even realize it until our very last day in Japan.
That's from the Garden of Words, right?
Yeah, and it was raining when we went there, just like in the movie, which was like it was honestly kind of magical for me because for people who are unfamiliar with the storyline of the film, this teacher, well, that's a spoiler, I guess. This woman and this boy go to Shinjuku Gyoen every time it's raining, and they skip their work and they skip their school to just basically come and escape from their problems or like their reality. They find their little corner piece in the garden, and I took pictures of like the actual booth where like the characters sit, and there's a bunch of other locations that are like very true in the movie since they use the actual real life places as references. So that was really cool, especially since I'm a huge fan of Makoto Shinkai's work. And yeah, basically after that, I was just on the plane ride back home, and that was my trip.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great. Every time I look at pictures, I just like I'm instantly transported back. I really want to go back
Okay.
as soon as possible.
your favorite thing about Japan and your least favorite thing about Japan. Not to put you on the spot.
Ooh.
Something you found convenient, something you found cool, something you found inconvenient, something you found kind of lame about Japan.
I think the best part about Japan was the public transportation.
Right.
Like, honestly, like
Trains, buses.
I loved the trains, dude. It was so convenient. After spending a couple days there, I started memorizing like which lines I was supposed to take to get to where, and I felt super good.
Right.
You know, I felt super native.
Right.
But
It's
then
like,
on the-
oh, I need to go here. I just need to go on this train, on this line, and get off on this station, or I'm good. And like,
Yeah, and it
felt
was like,
like a
all right, yeah,
local-
it's like, okay, to get back home, like I'd go to Shinjuku from any line, and then I take the number 9 local, and then I get off on the second stop, and it was like, bam, that's how I get back to Sankubashi, basically. I think my least favorite thing probably was well, it's kind of a mixed bag because while I was there, like I kind of chameleoned a bit because like I'm Asian obviously,
Yep.
and while I was there, like I look kind of Japanese, or like I could pass.
you can
as,
definitely
like,
pass as a Japanese guy. For
yeah,
sure.
I could pass as a Japanese, like, or like a half or a quarter or something. And so, while I was there, like, everyone treated me like I was a local. So
Right.
I blended in. Like, I wasn't like my friend who's Cuban
Mhm.
and his girlfriend is white. So they would like get stares and stuff or whatnot. Like, I
Right.
could kind of just put my head down and trudge, and I'd look exactly like any other person walking by. But that has a downside when I have to talk to people.
Well, they start speaking to you, and they assume you speak Japanese, and then
Yeah,
you're like,
and
I
then when
don't
I-
speak Japanese.
And then they look at me like I'm broken.
Right.
Yeah, or
Oh, you
like,
poor thing. Bless your heart.
it wasn't even that. It was like looks of disgust. Like,
Oh, God.
okay, so in Tangubashi, we went to we had a Lawson nearby, right next to the station, and I went in there one time to buy something, and when I was paying, she said the price, but she said it so quickly and like mumbled it.
Hmm.
I thought she said something else. I'm like, what? Or I was like, eh, and she said it again, and I'm like, gomennasai, like wakarimasen, and she was like, she just pointed at like the register,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, okay, like gomennasai, like I'm sorry, and she just like gave me the dirtiest look of disgust I've ever felt in my entire life. And I was I just wanted to die. And then when we left the Lawsons, I'm like, okay, we can never go back there ever again. Because, oh my God, it was so bad. Like, it doesn't sound bad now, but just like,
When you're there and
I
you're
just felt,
experiencing
I
it.
felt
yeah.
so ostracized.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I let her down. Like, I felt like I personally like let her down as a person. Yeah. Even though I'm not at fault, it's just like the way she looked at me. It was like,
Yeah.
I feel like some people could get off to the way that she looked at me. It was so bad.
There is an anime coming out for that specific purpose. So
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that I just like I hated like getting weird looks every time I couldn't speak Japanese, and it kind of like encouraged me to like learn Japanese more,
Yeah.
because I don't want to be treated like that while I'm there.
yeah.
But I mean, that aside, it was a fantastic experience, and the people are really nice. Food,
Except for
obviously
that
great.
bitch.
Yeah, except that bitch in Lawson's. Fuck that person. And then I have one more story to recount about I call it the one I let get away.
Oh God.
Okay, so
Is this another one of my girlfriend on the swim team and another your friend who's a friend but took your girlfriend away?
no, so it was just really weird like situation. So So we went to this. So when me, my friend, and his girlfriend, we were all in Kyoto. Um, we just come back from Gion District. We went to go get like sushi, whatever. So we went to the sushi chain, and we went to the restaurant. And then this girl at the front greeted us, and greeted us in English. And she looks like almost exactly like Murashige Anna if she was like working at like a sushi
Sushi
restaurant.
restaurant.
Like, yeah. And I was like, she's like a halfie of some kind, but she knew English, and I'm like, okay, she's kind of cute. Like that's cool. And we were talking about her, and so when we sat down, I like looked over at her, and I noticed that she was staring at us directly, and she kept staring at us for the majority of the time we were there. We were like, what is she doing? Like, why is she looking at us? Is it? And I'm like, is it me? Like, I'm like joking. I'm like, she's obviously just so smitten with me. And we're like, she's probably like looking at us because like we're we're gaijin, like we're speaking English, probably. And then she comes over, like she walks over to our table, walks past us, and her head cranes as she looks at our table. She like looks at us while she's passing by, like directly.
She's rubbernecking.
We're like, yeah, she was like, yeah, she's rubbernecking, like we're the scene in the car crash, and
Right.
we're like, what? Why is she look? And then she went back past us, and she did the exact same thing. She looked at us again, and she went back to her station at the front because she was the hostess, and then she just started looking at us again, and we're like, what the hell is going on here? So, and then when we got up, like we paid the bill, we got up, and they're like, all right, thanks for coming. And so she went over to go clear our table, and she was like holding our stuff, and then she looked up and looked at us again, just like this piercing gaze, and we're like, what's going on? And then my friend and his girlfriend were like teasing me because they're like, you should have gotten her number. And I'm like, yeah, I probably should have gotten her line ID or something. Cause I don't even know what the fuck that was.
So did you guys end up finding out why she was staring at you guys, or?
We're still not sure. Like,
Oh, God.
cause like she was like kind of smiling too. It wasn't like angry stare. It was like kind of like curious or like happy, and that's why we're like, why is she like smiling at us? Like, because she kind of looked like she wanted to talk to us. But
Maybe that's what it
like,
was. Maybe she wanted
didn't-
like, hey, let's speak some fluent English, yo, kind of thing.
Yeah, so that's another reason why I feel kind of bad. Like I should have talked to her. I should have seen what was up because like it was just like this really bizarre experience, and I could have also I could have hit up someone who looks like Murashige Anna, you know.
What if it was Murashigiana?
I was like, what if it's her sister? Her sister's just like chilling in Kyoto, working at this restaurant, dude.
I think her family's from
They're from Hakata.
Yamaguchi.
Or are they from
I mean,
Yamaguchi?
Yeah, I think she's
Oh.
from Yamaguchi, so I don't think it would make sense for
Yeah,
them to
probably.
be in Kyoto. But yeah, okay. I mean, I was waiting for the punchline to be like her coming up to you and going, excuse me, sir, your dick is out of your pants," kind of thing.
No, yeah, I mean, there's just like no punchline. It was just so weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
I was just, I just wanted to pass it off as, you know, I'm fucking irresistible. You feel me?
You keep telling yourself that.
Yeah. Well, come on, Yoshi, you gotta back me up. I'm the king of cuck here. Being cucked means you have to get up. Means you have to get somebody in the first place, you know, and then you have to lose them. So. Unless,
Whatever makes you happy, whatever this fake Murashigiana makes you happy.
Come on, Matt.
Or at least you know where she works. So
Yeah,
like if you
yeah.
need to like you could probably
Yeah.
Google. Okay, let's do this exercise. If you want to be that creepy guy, could find out-
Google.com.
you can find out that location, get their phone number, be like, "Hey, you know that halfy girl? I think she may have picked up the thing that I lost. I just need to talk to her."
Yeah, 3 months ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
And then once you get to talk to her, you're gonna be like, "Hey, remember that I'm that guy that was with like the two other foreign people? Like, you remember me? Like, what's up, dude?" And she's like, "Um, your dick was hanging out of your pants." Oh
Yeah, yeah,
shit! I didn't
yeah. You know the
realize.
three foreigners that came into the sushi restaurant in the tourist area? Yeah, yeah. You remember us? All right, great. I wonder how many of those come through every
Yeah,
day.
I'm sure a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah,
Or she could do the thing where she's like, "Oh, I was kind of interested in the other guy,"
yeah,
and then boom.
yeah, yeah. No, I mean, there's obviously like no chance of anything happening just because
Don't
like
rule it out, man.
no, yeah, and
If
that's that.
if not watching Kimi no Nawa has taught me anything, don't rule anything out.
Uh, I mean, yeah. Well, their relationship transcended like time
Yeah, man.
and space.
It's fucking crazy, right?
Yeah. So that was my weird kind of story. But yeah, that's about all I have to say on my Japan trip. There's like a lot more, but I don't want to keep going into it. Let's move on to you.
You told me the best stories. You're not holding back.
Um, you mean besides the time we got shit faced in the Hakone and just walked around the mountainside, like
Well,
streets?
yeah, I mean that's a interesting story, but did anything happen or did something
Nah,
happen?
we were just chilling and walking. We found like some like tiny obscure shrine that's being taken care of by this like 80-year-old grandma at like 1 o'clock in the morning
Uh-huh.
on New Year's Eve or like New Year's morning,
Okay.
and yeah, that was cool. Oh, the best sake I had in Japan came from a sock store.
A sock?
Yeah,
Like socks as in stuff
yeah,
you
like
put on
socks
your
on your
feet?
feet. Yeah, it was it's like a decently well-known brand in Japan. I don't remember the name of it though. They make like a bunch of like patterned socks and stuff. And they were having this collab with this other company and they were selling this like branded like fruity sake for like $5 a bottle. And we're like, "Man, this is so sketch, but it's so cheap. Let's get it." And we were like, "Wow, this is actually really good." Like this is like really good sake for whatever reason. And
It's not Uniqlo, right?
no, it's not Uniqlo. I can't remember. I bought my mom like a pair of socks because they have a small pop-up store in San Francisco too, but I can't remember the name. Um, I'll just look it up later probably, or see if I remember it later on down the road. But yeah, man, the best sake I had is from a sock store.
Great.
Imagine that.
Who would have thought?
It tasted like toes.
You suck toes? Hell yeah, I suck toes.
Yeah, toes. Yeah, man. All right, Yoshi, let's move on to you so I can take a sip of water before
All
my
right.
throat dries up to shreds.
Before we get into my thing, I need to use the bathroom.
All right.
So
Cool.
podcast listeners, you guys are going to be hearing a sweet tune right here. And if you're watching live, I'm sorry. I'm going to mute myself and use the bathroom.
There's gonna be some ASMR of flowing water.
Yep. So I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna look up that store while I get the chance. Um. Yeah, dude, the onsen in Hakone was lit. It was so good. It was just the right temperature. I highly recommend if people go to Hakone, stay at K's house, onsen hostel. Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that B side. I didn't buy it, but I downloaded like the different versions because they had like different clips of the bathing noises. Oh man, I forgot about that.
Okay, I'm back.
All right.
You're still recording, right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
called So.
So,
SOU. That was the store. It was So. Yeah, SOU, and then they have a dot, and then SOU. So.
it's a sock company?
Yeah, they sell like exclusively socks and like foot stuff.
Interesting. Oh, there's a U.S. store. Nice.
Yeah. So sake. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't have it. Probably because it's a store only thing.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I was just talking to Kenny. He was talking about the you remember the NMB single where all the B-sides were like the sounds of Milky bathing,
Yeah.
splashing around in water.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was saying I should make something like that, uh, from me and the onsen.
I mean, you could probably do that.
People, dude, I could just make the same noises. They could put it on an AKS like B side. No one would even know the difference. They think they're listening to Milky, but they're really listening to me.
It's also just the sound of you washing dishes.
Yeah, and and Rhea, I went to the Taito Game Tower and the Sega Game Tower. I really love playing Groove Coaster. And we also played the Taiko game a lot. And what else? There's like this new rhythm game that looks like a washing machine, and you like hit the edges around the. It's like a big circular screen, and then like you hit the edges around the screen, and then you like draw lines and stuff. It looked really hard, and I didn't even want to touch it.
Yeah, the rhythm games that are there are just insane.
Yeah.
The peripherals of the cabinet and system.
That's why I like Groove Coaster. It's like relatively vanilla. Like you just tap the buttons or you move the sticks like left, right, up, down, or you shake it or you hold it. Like that's basically it.
You know, I've always had an issue playing rhythm games because I would like to be on the beat or, make
Yeah.
sense with music. And when I'm following like the note highway, right?
Mhm.
I can't tell what beat, what note it's going to be on. So I don't know if I should follow my heart or if I should follow the note highway. And if I follow the note highway, I kind of want to do a specific rhythm. So I
Yeah.
can't like land perfectly. So I've always had a hard time getting into rhythm games because of that.
Yeah. The Groove Coaster machines are really cool because they have you stand on a pad and then it pulsates with the beat, so it helps you keep the rhythm
That's
pretty
cool.
well. Yeah. They only have those ones in Japan though, because I played Groove Coaster here at round one, and they don't have those ones because I guess it's more expensive or it's
Yeah,
like more newer.
probably.
Yeah.
All right, let's restart.
Alrighty.
All right, and we're back. Sorry, had to drain the lizard. Yeah. So that was your trip. Anything else on your trip? Any?
Nah. I think I talked plenty about it. I don't wanna go crazy about it.
Okay.
It was a great experience though.
That's
Very happy with it.
certainly sounds like it.
Yeah.
Murashige Anna, we miss you.
The one that got away.
There's plenty of Russians in the sea.
Yeah. Oh, and she opened her own Twitter now, so
Oh, there you
I'm
go.
yeah, I'm good with that.
Cool. All right, so that's your stuff. It's
What's
highlight
been
of
going on with Yoshi?
yeah. What's going on with me? I've been just playing a few video games here and there. First one to start off with is Dragon Ball Fighters.
How you liking that one?
It's really good. Even though I haven't played in about a week, but that was because I was sick mostly. Yeah, so it's a it's a fun game. It's an anime fighter. There's a lot of like air dashing and stuff like that.
Hmm.
That just comes with the territory. It's made by Arc Systems. They do the Guilty Gear games, the Blaze Blue
Oh, it was
games.
made by Ark?
Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those games. If you're into like Guilty Gear or Blaze Blue, I bet you'd be really awesome at this game. And I never really got into any fighter that hard, but yeah, this seems like the most accessible fighting game from what I can tell. But that doesn't mean that it's not a difficult game. I can't beat anyone online still. I barely know any combos, and I
Mm.
don't want to be the guy that relies on auto combos either. So yeah,
Yeah, I heard like you can just hold down a button and it does combos for you or
yeah,
something.
yeah. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a thing that I have to get past. But yeah, it's a fun game. I watched Dragon Ball like 6 years ago. I never grew up as a Dragon Ball kid. It wasn't my thing. I was more of a Gundam kid, and never got into Dragon Ball. But they released like Dragon Ball Kai.
Hmm.
That was the condensed, the Akira Toriyama edited version of Dragon Ball, which takes out like the 3 episodes of charging that Dragon Ball is infamous for. So it's really well paced. Stuff happens all the time in the show, and I'm actually rewatching it right now because Giant Bomb, the video game website, the two guys on that site are actually watching it because of Dragon Ball Fighters. So I'm
Oh,
doing
so
the
you
same
like
thing.
you're watching with them?
Yeah, so they do like 5 episodes a week. So I'm kind of trying to keep up with that.
Do they like talk about it after
Yeah.
or like every week and then
Yeah, they do. They watch 5 episodes a week, and then they do a podcast. So
okay, that's pretty cool.
that's sort of that's been my thing recently is just Dragon Ball. I've always I wasn't a fan as a kid, but as an adult now, I feel like I can appreciate it a little more. I'm not sure why, but I like the universe, the characters, how ridiculous and dumb it is. Like most anime or manga. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good game. It's solid. It's not as difficult as the other fighting games that I played. I think.
I heard one of the like the biggest complaints with it though was like you can just get stuck in like combos and it's not and you can't break out unless you're like
Yeah.
frame perfect and it's not
Yep.
very fun
Yep.
because of that.
If you play against someone that's way, way, way better than you, yeah, that I can definitely see that happening. And that's a lot of fighting games though. It's like Marvel versus Capcom is sort of like that. It's a very juggle heavy kind of game where if you get juggled once, you're gonna be stuck there for a little bit, and like
Yeah.
half of your health or most of your health will be gone per character. It's a 3-man team game, so yeah, it's a little more involved than a regular fighter where you can just focus on like one character's moves. So
Yeah.
it's difficult in that way, but it's not super super difficult. I still found like trying to execute moves and combos in Street Fighter to be a little more difficult.
For sure. Yeah. I bet the
So
auto combo button helps.
yeah, yeah, for sure. But I don't really want to rely on that forever.
Yeah, I
So
understand that.
it's Dragon Ball Fighters, and I've also played Monster Hunter World, which is a really solid game. I never got into Monster Hunter. This is the first time I ever got into Monster Hunter, so it's different. It's a lot of the systems is convoluted. Trying to
Mhm.
get your friend to play in your game is very difficult and convoluted, very confusing. It's impossible. Like if you do like a story mission, you have to watch the cutscene separately and stuff like that. That's just stuff that makes no sense. That
Yeah.
it's like modern gaming should not be this way, but hey, Japan, LOL kind of situation. So there's a lot of stuff that's kind of backwards in terms of online stuff, friend play and stuff like that. And yeah, but it's a fun game. It's exactly how I thought Monster Hunter is. You prepare for a hunt, you go out and hunt a big monster, and you come back, you bring parts back, you make weapons out of it, and that's basically it.
I played the last Monster Hunter a tiny bit and I just felt like I did absolutely no damage to it,
Yeah.
or like I don't know. It just felt very fruitless, or like
Some
I'd
of the
miss everything.
some of the battles were like 45 minutes long, just with one dude.
That's a yikes.
Yeah, that's what Monster Hunter is. It's kind of crazy. But if you have a party and stuff, you can do it much quicker. But it's still like a time-consuming thing. You have to set aside a certain amount of time just to play the game. I think it's kind of weird to just you can't just hop in and hey, let's do one match or let's just gain some XP. You kind of want to. The
Yeah, you got.
biggest way to move forward in the game is to kill these big monsters. So.
Well, some people are really into that. So
Yeah. No, it's a fun game, and I can see it being
yeah.
really fun with friends. But yeah, I don't think I know anyone who has it or that
Yeah.
cares enough to get it. So I'm not going to
Is it on
force anyone.
PS4 only?
It's coming to PC soon.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on
Cool.
Xbox, but yeah,
Might think about getting it. We'll see.
yeah. And next one, I played FIFA a lot this week. It was on sale for like $18 on PSN. So I was like, fuck it. I like sports games. I've played
This
a ton.
year's one, right?
It's last year's technically. That's why it was on sale.
I hate the numbering for it or whatever.
Right.
It's like
It's always
Like-
for the season next year or
Yeah.
the calendar year next year usually. Depending on the sport.
EA Origin lol.
Yeah. So I bought on PSN, so
Oh, okay.
it's not on Origin, thank God.
Okay, yeah, that's just a screenshot.
Yeah. It's a fun game. FIFA's always been like the best sports game in my opinion. I have Madden from last year. I plan on getting the MLB the Show for this year at some point.
Do you follow soccer like
I-
closely?
I don't, mostly because it's not in our time zone, so it's really difficult to keep up with it.
Mm-hmm.
And sports is kind of a thing where you kind of want to watch it live, and when they have matches, it's usually like Saturday, Sunday mornings if I'm available, and then if not, it's like Friday afternoons when I'm at work, so I can't watch it. So it's really hard to keep up, and I don't watch it enough to like follow a specific team or player. So I would like to eventually just find a team, follow a team, and kind of stick with it, so at least I can know what's going on and standings and all that shit. So that'll probably help me get into soccer or football in general.
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of the sport. That's never been the issue. I've always watched every time when they have the World Cup. I watch as much as I can and stuff like that. So it just they don't really show soccer on TV here. If they do, it's not something I can watch online. I don't think. Maybe if it's on like NBC Sports or something, I could watch it.
Why are you watching soccer when you can watch football?
I mean, I watch football too, so I watch all kinds of sports. So
Yeah.
at least like
You a
the
big-
four
sports
big
boy.
ones. Yeah,
Mhm.
I like it. Baseball's coming up, so yeah, it's a fun game. It's solid. It's a good-looking game. That's never been the issue, but yeah, I'm having a lot
The
of fun playing it.
graphics. Yeah, every generation of like FIFA or NBA or Madden, like the graphics always just look like they're always like on the cutting edge for how people can look
Yeah, definitely.
like for that time.
And they have like a really good face scanning technology, so
Yeah.
it's they all look photorealistic, which is
Mhm.
kind of creepy because they still can't like figure out expressions. Sort of like, I wish I want every game to have the facial animations of was it LA Noir, but we're not there yet. That kind of technology is still like very expensive, so they still don't use it. So everyone looks like very photorealistic, but they look robotic still.
Yeah.
That's the issue, I think.
I definitely, yeah. Hopefully they're getting there, especially with like some games like Death Stranding and what else is coming out?
Metal Gear Survive.
We're not talking about that.
That Fox engine, though.
Yeah, but fuck Konami, cuck Konami. Yeah, I don't- like, yeah, just in comparison to like something like FIFA 18, like, or I mean LA Noir rather. Like, I think something that'll be its match when it comes to like facial animation and and like mouth movement and
Yeah.
expression will be Death Stranding just because of how they're doing it and the nature of the game. So
Yep.
hopefully that'll be the new standard.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Maybe in a couple years.
Yeah, whenever Death Stranding comes out,
Yeah.
I'll be never.
Maybe. Maybe it just turns out to be a CG movie.
It's supposed to be playable apparently, so
I could see that. Maybe being a demo at E3 or something.
I mean, Metal Gear Solid 4 was also playable, but it also had like hour-long cutscenes. So
I wouldn't be surprised if Kojima was like, just kidding, it's an actual live action movie and I directed it with Norman Reedus and that guy from that one movie that's in every movie now.
yeah,
So.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen, yeah. Yep. So yeah, those are the games that I've been playing. And leading into the anime discussion, I got very, very into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Did you start like with the very first one, or
Yes.
did you start at
Phantom
okay.
Blood. Yes.
Yeah.
Part 1.
Wow, that's the OG.
Yeah. And people say that's arguably the weakest one out of all the parts.
Yeah.
So, and I still enjoyed it a lot. I think Dio as a villain is one of the best villains ever.
Yeah.
Just a fucking asshole, piece of shit.
Yeah.
I always found JoJo to be quote unquote bizarre because even as a kid growing up, in Japan I would go to a community center, like sort of like a YMCA, but it was for like kids. You can just walk in and play with toys and like read manga and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the first manga I was reading was like Slam Dunk, which is a basketball manga from the 90s. And then there was like, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure that was really still popular. And boy, I perused through the pages, looked around. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is fucking freaky as shit. This is so weird. And I, dismissed it as that. It was fucking weird.
Yeah.
And that's
I mean,
exactly what they're going for.
So unique. It's just so unique, like
Yeah.
art-wise, style-wise. Like
Yeah.
There's nothing quite like it.
No,
except Hokuto no Ken.
even Hokuto no
inspired.
Ken is like tame compared to like the weirdness of JoJo's. Like Hokuto no Ken was like this badass dude just killing everything, right?
Yeah.
JoJo's is like, hey, look at this weird monster thing that comes out and like eats people and like does stuff with their body and like weird body horror stuff, So it's just I've never seen anything quite like it, and you kind of see the elements of stuff that we see in like the shonen stuff to like this day. The power creeping, people just getting stronger and stronger little by little. The enemies getting stronger little by little. You see stuff like that, and they took that from Hokuto no Ken, of course. Like the Oda punching thing. That's definitely Hokuto no Ken inspired. So
Yeah.
it's definitely that, and like the artwork is very thick lines and very
Almost comic booky in a sense.
yeah, little
Like
bit
American
vulgar.
comic.
Yeah, for sure. And proof of the reason or the proof I got into it is like I started buying actual manga of the stuff they haven't animated yet. This is
Oh wow.
part 6, Stone Ocean. I have the first 8 volumes of that part. I haven't read it yet.
They've
But
only done up to Diamonds Are Forever, right? Or-
Diamond is Unbreakable. Yeah.
Oh, Diamonds Are Unbreakable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm watching that right now. I'm like halfway through. And yeah, it's great. Each part gets better and better, and I can't wait for the next one to get animated at some point. But yeah, I it's one of my favorite things, anime manga wise. I mean, I haven't read the manga, but anime wise, it's probably one of my favorite series ever. Just
Wow.
I got into it so much. I love just the dumb humor when it has humor. I love the suspense. It's a really predictable show. It's just like, oh, how will the heroes get out of this one kind of thing, and then they blow you away with what they do. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe they thought of something so dumb and ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Just the situations they're put in. I I don't want to name anything specifically because I would spoil a lot of stuff, but it's like, oh my god, how did the main character think of this? And then they come out like a winner and don't die or whatever, right? It's just
Yeah.
incredibly stupid. Stupid is a bad it has a negative connotation, but
It's shonen,
it's very
dude.
it's shonen, but
It's
in like
shonen at its finest in a unique medium.
the thing is like Naruto or Bleach, they're like so self-serious, right?
Yeah.
JoJo's is serious, but you can kind of tell that they're going for something very campy
Mm-hmm.
and very specific, and it just works.
I
It's
mean,
just
yeah,
the attitude, the posing, stuff like that.
yeah. I mean,
The
you can tell
over-the-top
how much
characters.
it's loved by all the or like how unique the style of like humor and seriousness is when you see all the memes that are made
Yeah,
about it.
yeah,
Because that's about the extent of my exposure to JoJo. Because my friend told me to get into it, but I was just intimidated by like how much I had to watch.
yeah. There is a
So
lot, but I mean, I would say the first part is kind of a slog to get through, but in the end, I'm glad I watched it. I enjoyed it, and you get to part two, and it just picks up, and it's like, yeah, this is fucking great. So, yeah, it's a time investment for sure, but it's not something that I regret doing because I enjoyed it so fucking much. I fucking love it.
yeah, that's
One of my
those are
favorite
always the
franchises
best.
now. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, that then we can start talking about anime.
All right.
So let's
Let's.
review fall 2017 first.
Oh boy. Did I even watch a lot? I feel like.
I think you watched Blend S, right?
Yeah. I watched a bit of Blend S, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
Or however you pronounce it. Let me see. Let's just go in order, I guess. Did you watch Sangatsu no Lion?
I've started watching the
The
first
second
season.
one?
No, I
Okay.
haven't watched the second season, but I'm like 16 episodes in the first season. It's a great show.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I'm planning to watch it. It looks really great. It's
It's
Shaft.
definitely melodramatic, which I guess that's the whole point. It's a drama.
Yeah.
But it gets a little too emotional for me at times. It just gets a little angsty
Mhm.
for no reason. But it's still great characters. I love the characters. Shaft, of course. Akiyuki Shimbo, amazing director.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can't go wrong there.
Wait, Shinbo's directing it?
Yeah,
Holy moly. Yeah, that. Yeah, that. Yeah, that bumped it up a few more. I didn't realize Shinbo was directing.
yeah, I think you would love it. It's
Yeah.
it's great. It's a good emotional drama.
All right, and then did you watch Black Clover?
No,
Or I think you were, right?
one
Okay.
one episode. I literally watched one episode.
and then you went deaf.
Yep. It's incredible. The whole joke was that the main character screams the entire time. That's
Is
not
that
an
actually like
understatement.
supposed to be the
I-
joke?
that's the joke, but it's the truth.
I thought it was like unintentional. I thought he was just trying to. I thought they just casted it poorly, but
No, I think it's the direction more than the casting. It's just the director wanted him to be this overly aggressive, emotional 14, 15-year-old kid.
hmm
And he did it really well. But it gets so annoying.
but
So
I hate
fast.
kids.
Yeah. It's really bad.
Oh,
It's
no.
really bad. Like, just, I mean, it's one episode, right? I can't
Yeah.
speak for the plot, the action, the animation, but the
I heard
main
it's super
character,
slow.
yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's an ongoing shonen manga from Jump. It's probably gonna be super slow. So it's yeah, and it's done by Studio Pierrot, which is responsible for stuff like Naruto, Bleach. Yeah, you think those shows had some fucking issues? Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Uh, um, to in its credit, I heard that the story apparently gets really good later on,
Right, but
probably after the season. But then that's like, how does that compel me to watch? How does that compel me to suffer through
that
like
that's
you rape the anime?
it's really bad because everything is already done in the shonen genre at this point.
Uh-huh.
And Black Clover is the biggest example. It's the main character is this immature, outcast, loud, obnoxious. I think everyone's heard of a main character from a shonen show that's similar to that. I can think of one named Naruto that seems to fit the bill. And then he has a friend who is quiet, responsible, talented.
Does he
I
wear
think
glasses?
he doesn't wear glasses,
Okay.
but he
Okay.
kind of seems like a Sasuke kind of character. He's not as a big of a dick as Sasuke, but he's still kind of like in that vein. I could see him turning evil and becoming a bad kid. I could totally see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole concept is, oh, this kid is talentless, has no future. He can't be a mage or whatever. But
And
then
then
of
he awakens his latent power.
yeah,
You
so
find,
you're
yeah.
like once you reach a certain age, it's like your magic bar mitzvah type of situation. They give you you go to into a room and then like a grimoire shows up for you because you're the chosen one or whatever. He's the only one that doesn't get one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else gets one. But then later down the road, he somehow gets like the most powerful like grimoire of all time, and he's the chosen one. Like that's every
Wow,
shonen show.
what a plot twist.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's probably the biggest issue.
Yeah.
I don't really care for it.
Yeah. Okay. I feel that.
So
Um,
Blend
uh,
S,
Blend S, it's just it's kind of moe blob. It's just like kind of comedic stuff. I got kind of bored, honestly. I've There's just better stuff to watch, IMO, but it's not bad. It's just not very interesting.
it's a solid, just
It's
very
good for the meme.
standard. Yeah, it's a each character's pretty much one note. They're there for like
Yeah.
one gag.
Yeah.
But it's still like it's cute. The characters are likable. It's good looking show. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
enjoyable.
art's great. A1,
Yeah,
can't go really wrong with A1 visuals. It's just there's not much going for it besides the characters, and since they don't really change, you don't really get development. Everything just kind of stagnates for a bit besides cute little gags. I think the best thing to come out of the show was the meme of the opening.
what was
So,
the meme of the opening?
when they're like, "Smile, sweet sister,
Oh,
sadistic,
right.
surprise service," and then "Sasageo," or like whatever they like, you just put in something else that starts with an S.
Yeah.
It's like people falling to the ground. You're like, "Shit,"
Oh,
or
okay.
something. Yeah, it's like
I haven't seen it, but
you haven't seen those. Those
no,
are like all over the place for a while.
no.
Okay, I'll send you a few after the show.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, likable
what?
characters. I liked it. I will
Yeah.
finish it.
Did you finish
actually.
it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's
Oh,
good.
okay. Yeah.
What
What's
did
up
you watch
next?
next? I haven't
I'm
watched any of these in the middle here.
I'm watching Boku no Kanjo ga Suguru. Watching it though.
Show bitch.
It's very whatever.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
don't know.
watched one
Um,
episode and I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, the manga's not much better, honestly. The only thing
Yeah.
that's really better is the art.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think I remember this season being kind of empty for me. Oh yeah, Himoto Umaru-chan season
Uh,
2.
I watched like 6 episodes. I think it's better than the first season.
Okay.
Because the first season focused a lot on Umaru being a complete asshole.
Does this one have a bit more development?
It develops the side characters more. So
Okay.
it's better in that way. If your issue was that Umaru was a complete asshole, I think season 2 is much better suited for someone like me or you.
I like their friend. I like
Yeah,
their
exactly. Ebina,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
girl from like Akita or whatever.
Mhm.
She's from like
Yeah.
she's from the country. Yeah, she's focused on a little more like Sylphan Ford is focused on a little bit more. So yeah, it's
Okay.
better in that way. But I never finished it. I have no idea how it ended.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh,
Did,
yeah. What's up?
did you see Hoseki no Kuni, the land of
No.
lustrous?
I heard.
So
I actually did watch an episode.
okay,
Yeah.
this
It's like
show,
Ruby.
I guess, never watched Ruby, but this is this was my favorite show from last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's
It's
got
like CG done right.
it's
More or
CG done
less.
right. I still think CG's too smooth. It still creeps me out. I think the way the movements are, it doesn't look natural. It looks good, but I still think Japanese CG is too smooth and not like, I want like Pixar kind of smooth, which
Yeah,
is
it's not
way too
cinematic.
much money. Yeah,
It's
that's the no, but like the people praised it for the direction and the cinematography in Hoseki no Kuni, like especially
yeah.
during the action
Well, I just
scenes.
mean like the
Though,
movement doesn't
right?
feel.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah,
I
it
don't,
doesn't
I
feel like 25 frames or whatever, or
right.
like
It
28
just it
frames.
just looks weird. I never liked it, but it's the probably the only CG show that I could probably tolerate, just because like the cast is really likable. There's an interesting plot. There's some mystery and intrigue there. It has a little bit of an element of like Neon Genesis Evangelion kind of thing, where it's like, who are these people attacking us? And we have no idea. We have no way to communicate with them. But then there's something within our walls that could explain it, kind of thing. So
Okay.
there's some mystery and intrigue there, but it's a great show. It's a fucking awesome show. I would recommend people watch it. And if you can get past the CG stuff, I think it's still a great show with great cast characters, great voice acting. There's like 10,000 names you would recognize in the voice acting roles, so it's great.
Yeah. Character
Well,
designs are great as well. I
yeah,
like the gems.
yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
It's a good concept.
All right.
Imoto sai
Next up.
irebai,
Uh,
sisters
did
all
you
you need.
finish it?
I did finish it.
I haven't
This
finished it yet.
this show is actually kind of fucking good.
Yeah, I like it.
It's really fucking good actually. So
Uh,
from the title, it sounds like a complete trash show.
a sister's all you need.
It seems like a siscon show in the Oreimo vein, but
Yeah. I love what they did in the first episode.
the intro,
The first couple minutes
oh,
or
it's
so,
incredible.
it's just,
I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't
Okay.
seen it, but it's fucking
Yeah.
incredible.
Everyone called it the normie gate
Yeah.
because if you didn't stick past it, you wouldn't figure out what the
The
show's
thing is,
about.
but if you don't stick past it, you won't understand like the commitment to the character. The main character is to his shtick.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
that's his thing. The first couple minutes is like what he wants to do for a living and what he wants to create as an art. The main character is a light novelist, and he has a very specific fetish about like little sisters. That's his fetish, and all of his works feature a little sister, and the main character fall in love with the little sister. So you'd look at it and read it and go, "Oh, this is fucking like incest creepy shit." No, it's actually not at all. And
Yeah.
it's a good show with like potty humor and just it's basically a slice of life. I would see more as a slice of life more than anything else.
Yeah, it was like I thoroughly enjoyed like every episode. I still need to finish it, but like I'm looking forward to finishing it. I watch it when when I want to just wind down and laugh and relax.
Yeah,
And
it's
it
a
does
funny
that.
show. It's good. It's
Does
a
that
good
really well.
humor. People seem to not like the dick jokes or the straight up
Yeah.
like the girl wanting to have sex all the time. Like I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this show is fresh off the heels of fucking
Aramanga Sensei,
yeah. So,
the Chin
everyone's
Chin
like
girl.
another sister, siscon anime. Like Japan, you're so wrong
Yeah,
and stuff. Everyone's just like that, but it's like
this is actually a meta commentary piece.
yeah,
about
it's a
siscom
met yeah,
novelists.
yeah, yeah. It's well done,
Yeah,
I think.
it's pretty good.
Alrighty, what's up?
Uh,
Did you watch Inuyashiki?
I watched the first 3 episodes of Inuyashiki. It's pretty solid. It's by the guy who did Gantz, so it's got that kind of dark edginess to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's solid from what I could tell. It's just the senseless killing and stuff is a little too much for me. I'm not really big of a fan seeing that in media or anything in general. Like senseless killing it just kind of bothers me a little bit. Because this show is very serious. There's no humor at all, so it's kind of a weird thing to watch, I guess.
Yeah.
For me.
Going
but
out of order. Oh,
seems
sorry.
good. Yeah, but it's a good show though, from what I've seen.
Yeah. Going out of order related to senseless killing. Did you watch Devilman Crybaby then?
I did not.
Okay.
I've heard great things about it, but that show is absolutely not for me.
Yeah, it's an experience.
Yeah, I mean it's a Yuasa Masaki joint. You know, the guy who did like Ping Pong and
Yeah.
Kemonozume and stuff. His art style is like,
Distinctive.
yeah, very different from everything else that's out there. So he's incredible. I'm actually in the middle watching Ping Pong and I'm enjoying it a lot. So I need to finish that.
Yeah. Um. So what's up next? What have you watched?
Just because
How was that one?
it's good, it's solid. It's a very straight up romance show. It's kind of predictable, but I think the characters are likable and it told romance in a, you know, semi realistic way. There isn't like magic or anything like that, but it just seems a little um too convenient, some of the situations they get into. And the ending is kind of weird. We knew how it was going to end, but it just seemed a little
Too
like it wasn't,
telegraphed.
yeah, it wasn't treated in a way that, like Tsuki ga Kirei was an amazing show from earlier in 2017, and that show did it much better. So
Mm-hmm.
but it's solid. It's a good romance show. If you're into straight up romances, I would recommend it.
Yeah, I might have to go back to that because I've been on the lookout for like
Did you
good
watch
romance.
did you watch Tsuki ga Kirei?
No, I didn't. I've actually
Watch it.
I've been reading more than watching actually recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been looking for more romance manga, but I might
Yeah.
have to start watching stuff again.
Yeah.
I think it's just because like I never
it's
get an
anime only,
ending.
though. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I never get an ending in the anime. And I always want the
Tsuki, that's the thing. Tsuki ga Kirei and Just Because are both anime only, and they get endings. So, that's,
Okay.
that's the
Perfect.
good thing. Yeah, Tsuki ga Kirei is really good. So,
Yeah.
Juni Taisen, did you watch that?
I watched one episode.
Yeah, same.
I didn't get very deep. No.
It's a tournament show with the zodiac animals, and it's supposedly done by Nisio Isin, but there's nothing that I could tell.
He only wrote it. He didn't touch much else of it.
Yeah, so it's
He wrote the original book. I heard the book is good, or
Right.
like the light novel or whatever, but
But it's a
The sh-
battle royale show, right? It's 12, people from the Zodiac are killing each other to fight for the. Hey, guess who's done that before? Fate Stay Night or Fate
Yeah.
Zero. It's the same shit.
yeah, it's more of the same.
I don't need to see more of that. Kekai Sensen and Beyond, good show. If you've seen the first season, it's good action, amazing art, animation, bones, solid, similar in vein to like Cowboy Bebop, Durarara, that kind of show. It's solid, really good. I don't think you watched it.
I didn't. No, I haven't seen the first one either.
Yeah. Kino no Tabi, did you watch that?
Even though I gave it so much praise last time we had this show, I did not. I watched one episode and I just did not pick it up again.
Yeah.
Everyone else kind of felt the same way. They just thought it was not as good as the original or the last adaptation in like 2009 or whatever.
Yeah, it's very episodic. Kino travels from one place to another and comes across some issues in like a town or a city or a country, and then she solves it. That's it.
Yeah.
It's very slow paced and kind of not much happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was looking at the reactions of a lot of the older fans, and they kind of felt the same way that I felt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just I was really excited for it. It looked really pretty, but it didn't quite live up to what I was expecting out of it, which is a shame.
Yeah. Konan Kitan, have you seen that?
Nope.
Okay.
I didn't watch. I barely watched anything from last season.
All right,
I'm more involved in this season.
Okay, maybe I'll just quickly go over some of these. Konan
Yeah, go for
Kitan, very straightforward slice of life. Fox Girls, it's sort of like a Spirited Away kind of situation where they have guests that come into an inn, and these Fox Girls that work there try to solve their problems. That's sort of the thing. It's really well received. And
It actually sounds very good.
Yeah, I think you would
Uh,
enjoy it. It seems like
yeah.
something you would like. Kujira no Kora wa Sajo ni Utau, Children of Whales. It's a weird fantasy story about a traveling island that surfs on mud and not water. It's kind of weird like that. It's kind of like a Miyazaki feel kind of fantasy to it, like a Castle in the Sky kind of feel. There's like a little bit of magic and some intrigue there, mystery, past conspiracies. Didn't get into it all that much. Haven't finished it. I might finish it someday. Love Live Sunshine. That's continuing from Love Live. I've watched Love Live. It's pretty damn good. So it's I need to watch this one.
I haven't watched any Love Live. I just see stuff about it.
Yeah, I finally got into Love Live, so that's cool. Mahou Tsukai no Yome, Ancient Magus Bride.
Very good show.
Did you get far into it?
I'm almost done with the OVAs. I have one
Okay.
more, and then I'm gonna get back into it. Yeah,
Okay.
I've been taking it very slowly because every time I watch an episode, my heart gets broken.
Yeah, the OVA it's in like it takes place in like the middle of the anime season. So
Yeah.
if you want to start fresh, I would suggest people to watch the TV show first, and then around episode 20 is when you want to watch the OVAs, from what I understand. So
Episode 20? Oh,
yeah,
I'm only
that's
like
what I
5
heard.
episodes in. And I was like, I watched it because I heard you feel a lot more sympathetic towards Chise if you watched the OVAs early on. So it's just
Yeah,
like, okay.
maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't get too far into it. I watched like 4 episodes. It's really well done. I could see myself really getting sucked into the world, but yeah, I just wasn't in the mood at the time. A couple
Yeah,
months ago.
I watched the second OVA and I haven't touched it since just because
Yeah.
it
It's a
it
slow
was
paced
heavy.
show. Yeah.
It was heavy.
It's
Yeah.
very deliberate kind of show.
But the
Uh
execution's really good.
yeah, it
So
looks great. Yep. Interesting world. Nettoju no Susume, what was the American English title?
like and you thought there's never
No, MMO
oh
Junkies,
oh
I
yeah,
think
MMO,
is.
the life of an MMO junkie, I think.
Yeah, so yeah, this is a good show. It's a good comedy romance. I didn't really like the first episode and I kind of dropped it, but I picked it back up. Really enjoyed it when they got into the actual characters, not the MMO characters. It's really, really well done. What soured me on the show is after I watched it and gave it praise, it turns out that the person directed it is an anti-Semite and is a Nazi sympathist, and he's a disgusting piece of shit. So
Are you serious?
yeah, I'm totally serious. There's
Wait, holy shit.
stuff out there on this, and then of course the studio that did this is Signal MD. They came out and said like, the director was hired to do this one project. We don't agree with any of his sentiments, and we will not be working with him in the future. So
The director?
yeah,
Kazuyoshi Yaginuma? Is
yeah,
that who he is?
yeah, he's a piece of shit. If you Google him, I bet you'll see a lot of articles about his thoughts on Nazi practices, and if his thoughts on anti-Semitism. It's pretty disgusting.
Big yikes.
Yep, but the show is really good, so I would recommend the show if you can get past that.
Yeah.
Osamatsu-san too, more Osamatsu-san. Osama Game, people say is one of the worst shows of last year, so no one needs to watch that. Robomasters, that's like a weird online internet thing that airs like every 2 months or something. Never watched it.
If you like fighting robots, I guess.
Maybe. It's like BattleBots. I know of a show we both watched, Shokugeki no Soma San no Sara, third plate.
What do you think in comparison to the last 2 seasons?
It's good. It's solid. I don't think it was much worse than any of the other things.
The animation just took a pretty sharp dive.
Really? I didn't really notice.
I mean, it was a lot of like moving mouths and still frames, like more than usual. Like people were like counting, and they're like, "Wow, this is pretty bad." Like
Yeah.
in comparison, I thought the storylines were really good. I was like on the edge of my seat. Like every
yeah,
week.
the new director coming in and stuff like that is
Yeah,
that should be interesting.
yeah, the fight off with the Chinese cuisine
Right.
group.
Yeah.
That was really great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the 4th one. I think that's coming out this summer.
April or July? I'm thinking
yeah.
of My Hero Academia. I know that starts in April.
Yeah, I think they're both starting. Either that or Shokugeki starts in winter or
Yeah,
fall. So
yeah, it's something this year for sure. So that's great.
yeah,
It's one of the best shonen shows going right now, along with My Hero Academia. So that's
yep.
great that we get to see more of it. Girls Last Tour, Shoujo Shumatsu Ryoko. I know you didn't get into it very much. I don't know how far you got into it
I
after.
liked it. I just like I felt so uneasy while watching it because I felt like something really bad was gonna happen. So that clashed really hard with the comfy
Right.
slice of life aspect. So it just kind of it created this weird dissonance within me, and it made it not very enjoyable to watch. Even though I enjoyed watching it, but at the same time I didn't
Mm-hmm.
enjoy. It was really weird for me, but
Right.
I think it's a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it, but from what I watched, like 4 or 5 episodes, it's solid. It's just too slow for me. There's not much going on a lot of the times. I feel like there's at least like 5 minutes or so of no talking, and it's just the girls staring at the big structures that they're driving past.
Yeah.
It's just not enough for me. So
I think you have to be like a military fetishist or like you have to really like post-apocalyptic stuff.
yeah, and like the
Things,
visuals, I think,
yeah.
like the backgrounds and stuff, the like desolate landscapes. It just didn't do it for me. I'm not the biggest slice of life kind of guy, so yeah, just there wasn't enough going on. So
Yeah.
um, I
How
don't know if
about
you've seen any of the ones towards the bottom here.
Urahara Crunchyroll the anime?
Nope.
Yeah, you know about it though, right?
No, I don't.
So one of the voices is done by Arena Scully.
Who
I don't know.
is?
She's like a featured personality on Crunchyroll. She's like a YouTuber and stuff. But Crunchyroll basically funded this anime. It's like three high school girls, or like three women, basically like running their own business and being like and just doing stuff.
I just looked at the I remember doing this for it. I looked at the ratings, and it seemed like the ratings were really bad.
Yeah, well, it's kind of art housey.
Uh
The
huh.
animation, it's very it's like what you would make for your senior project in an art
Mm,
school. Like the backgrounds, the animation, the art style. I don't think the story was very compelling either. Like, but Crunchyroll pushed it super hard on everybody
well,
because
they paid
they
for it.
funded it. Yeah.
Five
I
point
mean,
nine rating on my anime list.
yeah.
It's rough.
It was yeah. It's nothing to really talk about.
Yeah.
But I'm glad Crunchyroll's getting their foot in the door more for like as far as funding goes, because that's a good step because uh like it'll hopefully help a lot more animation studios realize that like anime isn't just like a Japan Asia thing anymore. It's becoming more of like a global Western thing as well,
Right.
or becoming more consumed and appreciated. So
Yeah, and
hopefully,
Netflix
yeah,
like pushing
yeah.
money
Netflix is
into
doing
it.
Amazon,
Yeah,
Amazon as well.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
so I
Like
think yeah,
Devilman Crybaby is like Netflix produced, right? Or they funded or whatever.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. So the show's not good, but the show's origins and how the show came about is good.
Yeah, I think I'd rather see them fund things that already exist and are gonna do
Yeah,
well.
yeah. It was just I I think it was a failed experiment. You know,
Yeah,
you
like
learn.
they don't have one of the best shonen shows going on right now, Seven Deadly Sins.
Mm-hmm.
What they could have put the money they put into Urahara to get the license for Seven Deadly Sins to compete against Netflix, but you know,
Yeah, I
but you
mean,
know,
just I thought they let Crunchyroll let something else like really good slip through the cracks this season. As
uh,
we switched to this season,
that wouldn't surprise
I
me.
thought,
There was a the Disastrous Life of Psyche K is an amazing show, one of my favorite comedies of the past couple of years. No one's no one has the rights to it, not Amazon, not Netflix, no one. It's just sitting out there, and it's one of the funniest shows out right now, and it's just
not getting
dying.
touched.
Yeah, it's just I feel so bad. I have to wait for fan subs, and I'm not I'm not for pirating or whatever, but if I can't get it, I'm that's what I have to do. You know. I already pay for Amazon. I already pay for Netflix. I already pay for Crunchyroll. I'm sorry. If it's not on those services, I have to go
play
somewhere.
for Verve too, dude.
Yeah, and High Dive apparently.
And
so. But High Dive doesn't have anything I want to watch anyway, so whatever.
They have a very small, what's it called? Very small catalog.
Yeah, it's not. If you have Crunchyroll, Netflix, and Amazon, I think you're fine.
Yeah.
For the most part. Yeah, and the other show I wanted to highlight was Yuki Holder. I watched like the first 6 or so episodes. It's a very typical shonen action show. He's the chosen one and a lot of ecchi stuff. So if you're into like ecchi shonen with a little bit of like harem aspects to it, it's the guy who did Negima and Love Hina. So this guy knows harems like we know idols, I guess. Yeah, I guess. So this dude is all about harems. So yeah, if you want to get into that, check that out. Anything else from this season?
Nah, last season was like I was in the middle of like my last semester, and I was really busy with projects and stuff, so I didn't get much of a chance to watch.
Off the top of your head, do you have any favorites from last 2017? What would you say your favorite show that you watched was?
Oh, let's see.
If you scroll through,
I'm going to my completed. I went to my completed.
Okay. I will say that my top 2 would be Hoseki no Kuni, Land of the Lustrous, and Ballroom Yokoso. The show about ballroom dancing is fucking awesome.
Yeah, those are both very good. Let me see.
My Hero Academia, typical,
I think my top 2
Shokugeki.
are. Yeah, I think my top 2 are sequels. It was Attack on Titan season 2 and My Hero Academia season 2.
Yeah.
Honestly, like those two, like I think they set the bar in terms of
shonen action.
Yeah, like Attack on Titan had one, like Attack on Titan and My Hero Academia, both airing at the same time, both had 2 of the best animated episodes of action I have ever seen, period. Like in a weekly airing show.
Yeah.
It was just unbelievable. It was, springtime was a good time.
Yeah, it was really good.
So yeah, those are my 2 favorites.
2017, pretty good year for anime.
Yeah. Definitely. Even if I didn't watch it that much because I was busy.
No, but you know what you want to watch, though, at least. You have a list. You want to watch, like, Sangatsu no Lion and stuff like that, so.
Yeah. Honorable mentions, well, it's not a weekly airing show, but the Kizumono movies, Kizumonogatari movies finished
Part 2 and 3, right?
Yeah, and they were really good as well, so. Yeah. If you're into Shaft's most avant-garde.
Well, it's definitely Shaft's most popular franchise now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's fall 2017. Let's talk about winter 2018, the ones that started airing January.
Alrighty. What have you watched? Because I'm very focused on a few series. Like, but I'm not watching very...
Actually, the first one that I wanted to talk about on the list, going ABC order, alphabetical, is Darling in the Franxx.
Oh, you're not watching Citrus?
That seems like your kind of show.
It is.
No, but
it's pretty good.
Are you watching Citrus?
Yes, I'm
Are you
almost
serious?
current.
Oh,
yes, I am.
Oh God, I thought you were joking.
I think it's really good in like a really fucked up way.
Yeah, like the sexual assault.
People are
Japan,
kind of blowing that out
Japan, shrug.
Okay. To be fair, there's a lot of people that are blowing out of proportion.
I know for sure. Yeah. I mean, it was a kiss, right?
Yeah, but she pushed her down. And
it's
like, that's not good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of have like a suspension of disbelief.
Right. It's anime.
I also kind of know what happens later, so it's just like I'm just kind of going for it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's like the best thing ever though. I just think it's good.
It's
good.
Is it?
Yeah. I like the drama, actually.
The plot is very heavy.
Yeah, it's a
big
very
plot.
Yeah. I just think the main character's annoying, as always.
Is that the blonde girl or the black?
Yeah, the Gyaru. Yeah.
Okay.
She reminds. Well, I mean, she just reminds me of every other like oblivious MC. It's like yeah, maybe if I do this exact thing that's gonna piss him off, that'll make him like me, or
Right.
that'll win the favor. And it's like, why didn't it work?
Mm.
I don't get it.
I wonder.
Maybe I should try harder.
Yeah.
It's like, you fucking idiot. You know, it's like, just come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, go with the program. Anyway, yeah, that's Citrus. Let's talk about Darling in the Franxx.
Darling in the Franxx.
I just watched the most recent episode right before we started the show, like 5 minutes.
I literally have not watched the show in about 3 weeks.
You're missing out.
No, I don't think so.
You haven't seen the episodes that Trigger's animated.
I guess. Like, I watched the first 3 episodes. I thought...
Yeah, Trigger animates the 4th one and the 6th one.
It's not so much the animation that I'm having an issue with. It's just that the characters are all unlikable. I don't give a fuck about them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess if you don't like the characters...
It's just, in the world, I don't think is that interesting. I feel like I've seen this world where they're traveling in a bubble dome and being attacked by monsters from the outside. It's like, it's a show called, like, Chrome-Shelled Regios from, like, 2006 that I watched. It's very similar in concept. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I don't know. It's just... My grievance is that a lot of the sexual implications are a little too on the nose.
Welcome to Trigger's world.
I guess, but I don't feel that way about Kill la Kill. Whatever I watched of Kill la Kill, like, there's a lot of sexual humor, or implications, but I never was, like, weirded out by it. Not that I'm weirded out by Darling in the Franxx, but, like, literally in the cockpit of the robots that they're piloting, the dude is behind. He's holding, like, these little 2 fucking controller things, and the girl is, like, bent over doggy style, and it's just, oh, dude. And then, like, the first thing she says is, like, do you want to ride me or something like that, right?
Yeah, it's... I
don't... And then the whole the pistol and the stamen thing, right?
Yeah, it's very I mean, it's very on the nose. Like, I think it's gonna get better as it goes on for all the detractors, or like the people who aren't a fan of it now. I think it's gonna get a lot better as it goes on because they're hinting at some very grand things, which is why I'm glad it's gonna get 24 episodes because it's gonna need it to tell the story. You also learn about why everything is kind of like they're hinting at why everything is very hypersexualized, and it's like a big part of it's because these kids are they're basically like, this isn't spoilers, this is my informed speculation.
Are they test tube babies?
Yeah, they're test tube babies.
Right.
They have no idea of sexuality, of what love is. They don't know what a kiss is.
Right.
They don't know anything.
Well, yeah, because like they call
killing.
They call that Supreme Commander or whatever dad, right? Or Pops or Papa. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, but then this show is about them kind of like awakening a bit.
Sexually.
At least as a side plot. Well, yeah, not even sexually, but like emotionally beyond like happy and sad and angry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like they're learning about like love and stuff like that.
They find more purpose in life.
Yeah.
Than just killing machines.
Yeah, and they're also, well, this was like revealed in more recent episodes, but they're basically like a test group, like our set of MCs, because they meet another group of pilots and they're all like vanilla black hair, you know, like pair ups, and all their Franks look the same, and they're like, oh, it's you guys, the experimental group. Like, where they let you have unique-looking mechs, and, like, you guys actually joke around. You guys have names.
Right.
Like, you actually refer to each other by names instead of your code. Like, what's wrong with you guys?
Right.
So you kind of get this sense that it's going to lead to something grander. So I think it's going to start getting really good around, like, episode 10 to 12. So... yeah, my friend is also not very fond of it, so I'm like gonna let him know if he should hop back in, if I think it'll be good for him. But I think it deserves a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've always been an issue. I
mean, you never really
Trigger doesn't do it for me.
Yeah,
really.
you don't really like Trigger, so I mean.
And the thing is,
Trigger.
I like Trigger's art. I love the animation. I love everything visually. It's just the plot or the world themes aren't doing it for me. Like the themes in Kill La Kill should be totally up my alley. It's basically a shonen show. It's just the main character is a girl, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I just could never get into it. I don't know what it is. Is it the presentation other than just art and visuals? It's weird. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just this asshole hipster that doesn't get into like popular stuff. But
You're not into the new studio on the block.
I mean, I never got into Gurren Lagann. I never got into Evangelion. So like it's like Trigger and Gainax, whatever their origins are. I just
Yeah.
have an issue with their stuff, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I also think A1 partner. Well, I think A1 partnering up with them's really good because it basically leaves Trigger all the time, like, to work on the fight episodes. Because what they're doing is they're actually switching off animating duties for certain episodes. So A1 does all like the non-action stuff, except the first episode, and then Trigger does all the action ones.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And, yeah, and I think it really lends itself because then that way the character building and development moments don't look like they're animated in clip art. So that's nice.
Yeah, I feel like it's playing to the strengths of Trigger, right?
It's playing to the strengths of both
motion
of
animation
them.
is just incredible. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's Darling. I think it'll get better. So
I'll try
let you know
and-
if it does.
yeah, I'll try and keep up with it. I mean, it's regarded very highly. It's the most talked about show this season for sure. So
At least go to episode 6. I think.
yeah, I'm only like 2 episodes behind.
Yeah.
Episode 6. I think I'm on episode 4 or 5. So
Yeah. Episode 6 was pretty epic.
okay, cool. Next one on the list, Death March Kara Hajimaru Isekai Kyoso Kyoku. It is a isekai show, just like the name suggests.
Woohoo!
And it is a very not predictable. It's a very generic feeling show. It's just that there's like game UI because he gets trapped in the video game that he's developing. So he is an overpowered main character, and he's trying to, get through that game or survive in the world by picking up slave girls. Not in the weird sense. He is buying the slave girls to join his party, basically, and
His harem.
Yeah, his harem. He has a harem of little girls and teenage girls. That's great. That's
Wow.
Japan. So that's great. But it's a solid show. I thought I would drop it by episode 2 or something, but I'm still keeping up with it. I'm up to date on this, and I watch it every time it comes out with a new episode, and I find myself weirdly invested in this. And the weird harem thing with the little girls it's definitely weird, but that's not his intentions. His intentions are to free the slave girls and these animal girls because they're persecuted in the world they live in because the humans are the superior race, quote unquote. So it's cool. It's nothing new or that interesting, but it's just solid all around. And you get to see an OP guy just fuck up the world basically. So in a good way, he's a good natured person. He doesn't do anything bad. He's just overpowered as fuck.
You might have to watch it if it gets good.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna get that good. I think it's just gonna stay
It's gonna
plateauing.
Stay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they're building too much right now. So, but it's solid. Fate Extra, you watching that?
I'm not.
Okay.
I have too much to get into if I want to watch Fate.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you watching it?
No,
No.
Fate doesn't do it for me at all. It's like Gainax or Trigger. They don't,
But Saber
yeah,
and Rin.
I don't give a shit.
Rin's
Oh,
dies.
Tosagarichi's the greatest tsundere of all time. Absolute territory.
Why? Something I saw that was really funny is some people were complaining that Fate was doing too much fan service.
Okay.
And everyone's like, you do realize Fate started as a H game, right?
Yeah, it's a hentai game.
And they were
The
like,
literal game. You know what you do in the fucking game?
you fuck.
You fuck Saber, and she becomes stronger because you fucked her. And she fights for you.
That's
That's
a
the
good
game. I'm not even fucking joking. That is That's the plot to Fate. Is Shiro fucks Saber. Saber becomes more powerful because he fucked her, and they win the Holy Grail war, basically.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
power up.
Great plot. Great fucking
Yeah.
plot.
All
No,
right.
I'm sure it's good. I just doesn't do it for
Yeah.
me. It's just too self-serious for me. Gakuen Babysitters.
You watching that?
It's the cutest shit I've ever seen in my life, dude. It's
Is
adorable.
it really?
Yeah, it's definitely like a shoujo, like cute boys do cute things kind of show. It's definitely
Boys
for
take care of children.
But
I'm ovulating as
definitely
we speak.
for sure. But it's not a shoujo self-insert kind of show where
Yeah.
it's like that one main character who's helpless, and this wild boy who's the handsomest guy in school falls in love with her. It's not
It
that.
looks like it's all dudes.
It's basically all dudes, cute boys doing cute things, taking care of babies. But there are female characters that fall in love with, other guy characters, whatever. But it's just a genuine, cute, like, you just want everything to be happy in the world. You just wish there was no war or conflict ever in any corner of the world when you watch the show. It's just adorable.
Yeah, it looks
And
cute.
yeah, it's just a cute show. It's really well done. There's, the voice acting's not great. I feel like that's kind of lackluster. The art style looks very like early 2000-ish, but the animation and the artwork is done fine. But yeah, it's just an adorable show if you're looking for something that's very comfy. This is like my kind of slice of life. I can't get into like cute girls doing cute things kind of slice of life, but this is the kind of slice of life I can get into. I don't know why. Maybe because it's cute boys and I have some sort of deep rooted things that I need to work out. But for me, I'd rather watch this than
I think it's because you want kids.
maybe that's what it is. I want kids. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
adopt a baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd rather watch this than Yudu Camp, to be honest with you. Which is a sad statement
Aw,
because I had hope. I had a lot of hope for Yudu Camp.
we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Gino Guardian, Gintama, Goncrest Senki. Seems like a very straightforward fantasy show. Hakata Tonkotsu Ramens, I hear, is kind of interesting.
Someone was like, "Man, what's Hakata Tonkotsu Ramen's about?" And it's like, what the fuck do you think it's about?
Yeah,
It's about eating ramen.
it's not.
Yeah.
It's about some murder mystery thing.
Yeah,
that's
it's like
really weird.
it's like a thriller or something.
Yeah,
Why do they call it Tonkotsu Ramens?
because it's in Hakata, I think.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. What's up? What's
Hakameto
next?
Mikochi, Slice of Life, Hakyu Hoshi Nengi, Fantasy, Hitori no Shita, don't know anything about. Precure, Idolish, Ito Junji Collection. Have you seen Ito Junji Collection?
Oh God, my friend watched that. He's fucking terrified.
I hear it's not the greatest adaptation of his work, so that's kind of disappointing
Yeah.
to hear.
My friend, he watched this and then he went to go read the manga and he said he had to stop.
Yep,
Or
the
he was
manga
I forget which one he was watching or reading.
is terrifying.
It's like the name of a woman. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, it's a famous one. I don't know which one
Yeah.
that is, but
He just he has a really thick skin.
yeah,
And he was just like, it's Tomie.
Tomie,
think.
yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, no.
There's like Uzumaki, Gyo. I've read Gyo. It's fucking, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so scary and terrifying that I can't finish it.
yeah, that's not for me. But
Yeah.
I respect Junji Ito.
Yeah, his artwork is unsettling in a good way.
He's one of a kind.
Yeah, for sure. Karakai Jozo no Takagi-san, have you seen that at all?
This meme of a show.
Yeah, so it's just a cute show with Takagi-san teasing a classmate the entire time, and yeah.
I get this one mixed up with the bullying one.
Bullying one.
What is it called? It's like this girl bullies a guy, and it's like kind of similar in premise. Where is it?
From this season?
No, it's actually gonna get animated, I
Oh.
believe, but it's Don't Bully Me, Nagatoro.
Don't bully me. Huh. Never heard of this.
it's like this devilish little girl
Hmm.
like teasing the crap out of this dude, and the Chans are really picking up on it for whatever reason.
Hmm. This
It's
looks more interesting than Karakai Josen and
yeah,
Takagi-san.
it's basically Karakai just like, but like mean.
Yeah.
Like like I don't know. The one infamous scene I've seen from Nagatoro is they're like in the bathroom washing their hands,
Oh
or
boy.
he's in the bathroom washing his hand, and then the Nagatoro comes in. She's like grinning devilishly, and then she's like, "What are you doing there? You jacking, not thinking about me," kind of thing.
Oh
And then she like
god.
grabs his hands and just like starts rubbing him up and down. She's like, "I'm washing
Oh
you,
god.
boy. I'm washing you.
Oh
I'm
god.
washing you." And then he's like, "What are you doing?" and stuff. So, yeah, that one's gonna be a debacle when it comes out.
Yeah.
I think.
Great. But yeah,
Yeah.
this show Karakai Josen Takagi-san, I had high hopes for it, but just like the manga, it's very one note. It's always
Very
Takagi-san.
average.
Yeah, it at the end Takagi-san always wins. Nishikata, the main character, the boy, he never wins. So there's no progress at all.
He's not gonna win until the end, if there is
And
one.
when will that end be?
Never.
Even at that end, he'll probably be the one that's like,
He'll still have
you
lost.
fooled me. Ha ha ha. I love you and we're together, but you fooled me.
Yeah, yeah, it'll never end. I'm not a
Uh,
big fan of those kinds of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killing bites, etchy action, fucked up animal girls fucking each other up. Koi wa ame agari no yoni. Love After Rain. This
You watching
show
this?
is probably my second or third favorite show of the season.
I'm mad at that.
Beautiful show. I love the art designs. I love the character designs. I think the main character, Tachibana Akira, is one of the prettiest anime girls I've seen in a long time. She's very simply designed. She looks like a girl, out of like a shoujo manga from the 90s or 80s, but she's just a pretty girl. Like all the characters are good looking except for maybe the other main character. But it's a good looking show. Kind of slow pace, but there's always something happening in each episode, which is nice. It's about a high school girl who was a track star at one point, hurt her ankle or her. I think she probably tore an Achilles or something, from what I could tell. She has a scar all around her Achilles, and she can't run track anymore, so she spends her after school time working at a family restaurant, which is run by this guy named Kondo, who's the manager, and she falls in love with him. So it tells a story of a pure romance of a high school girl who's in love with an older man.
In
And
love with a 45-year-old dude.
yeah, I mean, the thing is, I was reading discussions on it, and some people were really disturbed by the romance. But then I thought to myself, like, there were times when I was in like 8th grade when all the boys in school were in love with like a 35-year-old teacher. So I feel like it's not a weird thing. Like,
Well,
I feel
it's the
like
double standard.
yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, creepy old man, but then if it's a woman, it's like, oh, she's a MILF.
But the
know,
thing
or
is, the
whatever.
man is
It's like,
self-aware. He's not in love with her. He knows like that's a weird thing. Like it's not like he goes, "Hey, let's go on a date." Then that's cool. You're hot, 16-year-old girl. Like that's not how he is. Like he
Yeah.
knows that's a weird thing and it's taboo. So it's a really interesting story. I love the character designs. It's a beautiful looking show. I'd recommend it if people are in for a straight up romance with a little bit of a taboo subject. It's not, it's not done in a very trashy way. It's done in a very elegant way. So it's a very classy show for its subject matter.
yeah, I might pick up the manga for it.
Yeah, the manga's beautiful too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Kokoku, action, thriller kind of show. Ling Ki, I have no idea.
Never heard of that.
That sounds like a Chinese show,
Yeah.
which there has been more and more of. Mira no Kaikata, slice of life about a boy who takes care of a mummy.
Oh, that's the mummy one.
Yeah, and then Tsurubit did the opening or the ending theme song to it, so that's cool. Mitsuboshi Colors is the cute girls doing cute things show of the season. I think it's really
Good.
yeah, it's really well received, and I think I enjoyed it.
More
For
than
like
your camp.
yeah, maybe, but there's like 3 or 4 episodes that I've seen, and it reminds me of Strawberry Marshmallow from like 15 years ago, which was a really good show. One of my favorite slice of life shows, if I could pick a favorite slice of life show.
Mm-hmm.
One of the girls reminds me very much, like the voice acting and everything reminds me of one of the characters from Strawberry Marshmallow. So I feel like there's a lot of influence from that show, but it's pretty solid, funny.
Mm-hmm.
Don't watch that show. Whatever, Machen. I don't know how to pronounce it because it's German.
Second season of Nanatsu no Taizai.
Yeah, Seven Deadly Sins. It's really good.
Yep.
It's right up there with My Hero Academia, and Shokugeki no Soma is one of my favorite shonen shows out right
Art
now.
style kind of looks like older or like early 2000s almost.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the hair.
definitely unique art, and it's a really good show.
Mm-hmm.
If you're into shonen, long-running shonens, it's a really fucking good show. And the first season is on Netflix for those who want to see it.
Yeah.
Overlord 2.
Are you watching?
I am. Did you see the first season?
I saw. Yes, I
Okay.
liked it a lot.
Yeah.
First episode was mildly lackluster, and then I haven't watched it since because I haven't had the time to really watch it.
Right. It picks up. It goes
Does it?
into the
Cool.
Lizard Man arc, which I was like, I thought we were gonna focus on Ainz, the main character,
Yeah.
but that arc, I thought it's like, okay, so we're not gonna focus on the main character. We're gonna focus on Lizard Men, which was never explored previous, but it's still really solid. Like even if it doesn't focus on Ainz, it's a really solid show, and it's going into another arc which doesn't really focus on Ainz either. So it's really interesting how the main character doesn't get as much screen time as the other characters.
I guess they're like just world building.
It is.
this
It's
point.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'll look forward to picking it back up again. Cause like the first episode, kind of, I was like, oh no, like,
Yeah.
this doesn't seem as good as I remember it being.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't like rose-colored glasses it.
And the thing is, it's not as funny as the first season. I think a lot of the first season there was a lot of humor there because Ainz was still trying to figure out the world and stuff. Because it's basically an isekai show where the main character gets transported into an MMORPG. So, at this point, it doesn't feel anything like that. It just feels like a literal fantasy adventure show,
Cool.
and it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. There's not as much. What's his like his second in command's name?
Albedo, the
yeah,
girl.
I'll bet. Yeah, there's like not as much of her probably like
There isn't. No.
convulsing around with him with the body pillow of him.
There is one scene where it was pretty funny. She excuses herself and lets out a very frustrated. She takes out stress. In a
okay.
different. She's like, "Excuse me," and leaves and relieves her stress, and it's pretty
Okay.
funny.
I gotcha.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't really focus on any of the Ainz's people,
Yeah.
and there's so many characters. It's really hard to keep up.
Yeah. No, his like in the first season they introduced his whole staff, and I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah, and
There's
they
so
don't
many
get into
characters.
any of them at all until like this season, and even in this season they focused on maybe one character. So I still
like
have
the-
no idea when like the two little boy girls come out, and I'm like, okay, so this one builds shit. I don't know what this other one does, and this guy with the glasses is like he looks like a villain, but what does he do? But he's like second in command almost. Like he's like really powerful, but I have no idea what he does. You know?
Yeah. I just want more. I want more of the battle maid, Nabarol or whatever.
Yeah.
Her name.
See. I don't even remember her name. I remember her.
Yeah,
but-
I had to look it up just now.
Yeah.
Like, but I liked her a lot. So
Yeah.
there's more of her.
Next up, Pop Team Epic. I think we'll save that for the end.
Pop, motherfucking Team Epic.
So we'll save that until the end. Ramen Daisuke Koizumi-san, which has been a drama featuring Hayami Akari, formerly of Momoclo already, based on a song by Tsunku, which,
Oh really?
yeah.
Oh, Wait, is he part of like the production? Or
No,
is...
he did a song for the drama, which was done by Kabushi Factory, which is based on a song he did for Sharankyu.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I think I was there when we covered that
Yeah,
a
so
while back.
it's Ramen Daisuke Koizumi-san. Literally, the song is called Ramen
Oh,
Daisuke
okay.
Koizumi-san. It's for the drama, but now there's a anime, and the anime is not very well received, from what I could tell. Ryono Shigoto Shogi stuff, if you're into that.
Shogi Shogi.
Shogi, but with like little girls. So if you're into little girls and
I'd
shogi,
I'd rather just watch Hikaru no Go, I
or
think.
March Comes in Like a
Oh
Lion.
yeah, yeah, Sangatsu no Lion. Yeah.
Yeah. Psyche Kusuno Sign On 2 is still a fucking awesome show. It's probably the best gag comedy show out there right now.
How do you pronounce that?
Psyche Kusuno Sign On.
Sai? Oh, that's Sai.
That's
Okay.
yeah, but that's pronounced as Psy because
Okay.
he's a psychic.
Oh, I see.
That's
Okay. If it's a
his name.
gag, I might have to pick it up because I
His
like
name
gags a lot.
is his name is a gag. Psychics.
Oh.
Psychics.
Yeah. Okay, I see it.
Psychikusu. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
It's
I see
it's
it.
it's all wordplay. All the characters have wordplay. It's a
Okay.
gag comedy. If you're into gag comedy, it's really fast paced and hilarious. So it's
Alright.
great. It's a great show.
I need to get a new gag comedy because my last and my favorite was Defrag. So.
Yeah. Get into it.
Alrighty.
I like it more than New Frag. So Sanrio Danshi, if you're into Sanrio characters, it's about cute boys doing cute things with Sanrio characters.
Liking cute characters.
Yep. That's a kid show that I've never seen. Slow Start.
I heard
Slice of
Slow
Life.
Star was like really good.
I heard
haven't watched
not
it yet,
great
though.
things.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me see.
It just seems like a very straightforward slice of life show. Like a girl got held back a year in middle school, so she's trying to go into high school first year, a year later.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what it's based on. And she lives in a dorm with like other girls.
Maybe I'll watch it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, not for me.
Yeah.
Sora Yori Motoi Basho. I've seen about 2-3 episodes. It's about a girl who decides to do something with her life and runs into a girl, a classmate of hers, who plans on going to the North Pole.
Oh, is this that penguin thing?
Yes, or is it the South Pole? I don't remember. She wants to go to one
It's
of the
South
poles.
Pole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the girl that she runs into that wants to go to the South Pole, her mom is an explorer. She's been there. I think she is lost in the South Pole and she wants to find her or something. I don't know exactly why she wants to go, but she really wants to go to the South Pole. And then this girl who's lost, the main character, she's like, okay, that's a cool dream. I want to tag along, and like that's basically what they aim for.
And then they go. All right.
Yeah.
I
And
gotcha.
yeah, people really like that show. I don't really.
Yeah,
I've never
they're
really
like
got into
raving
it.
about it for some
Yeah,
reason.
I'm not really into it, but yeah, people really like that show. Toji no Miko is not very well received.
Shrine maidens with swords.
It's on Crunchyroll, so if you want to check it out, it's not very well received. It's like girls battling with swords, with some political intrigue in the back. Violet Evergarden, the Kyoto Animation,
I still haven't started it yet.
saving anime one at a time.
I heard this. I heard this is super art housey too.
It's an incredible looking show.
Yeah.
Incredible design. But I just don't give a shit.
Yeah,
don't
I heard
give a
the
shit.
story's not very good.
I don't give a shit about the characters. I think the main character, Violet Evergarden, the girl, she's that typical, like emotionless, emotionally detached, clueless kind of character, like a Rei Ayanami sort of character. She's all about like completing her mission. She was in the military before. That's basically how she was like raised, was to be a weapon in the military. And now she is not. Now there's no war, so she doesn't have to be in the military. She's lost. She has no idea what to do, and she was in love with a superior of hers, a commander that she was working under, but he passed away. She thinks he's still alive, and he told her, well, this is not really a spoiler, this happens in like the first or second episode, but he tells her, I love you, before he dies. And then
no.
she's like, oh, what does that mean? I have no idea what that means. So it's a journey of her trying to figure out what that means.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds...
It, like, in concept, it seems interesting.
Yeah, it sounds good, but I guess the execution is not very good from what I've been hearing.
I just can't get into the world. The characters are, like, likable, but, like, I don't understand where it was going. I've seen 3 episodes, and I was like, doesn't do it for me. But it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Kyoto animation, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah, I need to watch it. I still haven't watched it. I don't know why. I think it's because every time I was thinking about watching, I was like, oh, I should catch up on Darling in the Franxx instead.
Yeah. But you're caught up now, right? So
yeah, so now I can watch it.
I think you should watch it. I think this is kind of this is the show for you. This is not my kind of show, but this is a show that you probably would
I'd probably
like.
appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Yowamushi Pedal, continuation of that shonen bike racing series. Yuru Camp.
Yuru Campu
is one of the most typed shows for the two of us.
Yeah.
Did you watch it at all? Or
2 episodes in.
Okay.
I enjoy it so far. It's just like, you know, what is there to expect really? It's slice of life, cute girls doing cute things. What's your opinion on the pink-haired girl?
I think she's cool. I think I like all of the characters. That's really not the issue for me, though. Yeah. I like her.
Yeah.
Nadeshiko.
Yeah, I don't quite like her right now, but
okay.
I feel like I might warm up to her
I think you will, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think early on she's just like this ditzy, dumb girl who's always excitable and whatever.
Yeah, it's not my favorite character archetype.
Yeah. The Genki girl.
But I just like all the detail they paid to the camping. Like, that's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah,
so.
Then they always have, like, one segment where there's, like, a narrator that's like, when you do this, and heat this up, and, you know, this is how you prepare a new frying pan for maximum use, whatever.
Yeah, they literally show you how to build it like a proper campfire in the first episode, and I'm like, yeah, you're doing it right. Like, that's really good. Also, the OP is literally Jackson 5 ABC.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. The piano.
It's like it's almost an exact copy. Someone made like a mashup of it on YouTube.
Welcome to Japan.
Yeah.
So
I don't care though. I think it's really catchy. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think my issue with this show is that it's like a bait and switch. When you look at the trailer or the cover art or whatever, like the promotional work, all the girls are camping together, right?
Yeah.
It seems like the camping that happens throughout the show is like everyone camping separately.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird to me.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for like a what's it called? What was that like? It was like podcast. Oh, Joshi Iraku, but like camping slice of life.
Right.
You know.
And similar to like Girls Last Tour, there's a lot of silent moments, especially with the blue hair girl Shimarin.
Yeah.
When she's camping by herself, it's just dead quiet. She's just sitting, reading a book and preparing a fire or something.
I actually really like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. But for me, I want stuff to happen. I want there to be conversation, some kind of dialogue. But her thing is like going camping alone. That's like her thing. I think like she goes into it like in the first 2-3 episodes where she's like, I like camping alone. That's just sort of my thing. So she's like this isolated character when, you know, promotional artwork and everything suggests otherwise. So that's kind of weird to me. But it's overall enjoyable.
I was a bit led on. I was a bit led on by the promotional art too. Because I thought the overall art would be like really good. Like I was expecting like, almost like Violet Evergarden levels just based on like the promotional art that they put up, but it wasn't. But it's still decent. It's still good.
It's good.
Yeah. When I saw the character designs, I was like, oh, this doesn't look like how I thought it was gonna look. But you know, you get what you get.
So that's it's basically this winter
That's the
2018
season.
season, except for Pop Team Epic.
Oh boy, can I go to the bathroom before we talk about
Yeah,
this?
sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
go for it.
I'll be right back.
What's up, chat? Sorry. It's hard to pay attention to chat and have a two-man discussion. If there's three of us here, I will be able to look at chat when the other two are having a conversation, but when it's just the two of us, it's kind of difficult. Yeah, he's gonna rub one out before Pop Team Epic. Man, I'm hungry. My lunch was peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
All
Let's
right.
get into it.
All right, and we're back. I want to talk about Pop Team Epic. I think this is the most talked about show in terms of just discussion and memeing, and yeah, one of my favorite shows of the season. So
It's one of my favorite shows, like, period.
yeah,
So, like, like, if you've seen the manga for Pop Team Epic, it's like completely nonsensical, like Yonkoma style. It's like, how on earth are you gonna adapt that?
yep.
Like, how can you even match doing this? And Kamikaze Doga, like, they do, like, I don't think anyone else could do a better adaptation. It's like the perfect blend of like the standard style of CG animation, stop motion like doll movement, music videos, shitty Adult Swim like cartoons, like animation.
Well, those specific ones, they're outsourced to other people, though.
Yeah, yeah. Like, they have different departments and they
Bob
outsource it
Team
to different
Epic.
companies. Yeah, Bob Team Epic is like in-house, like it's done by like two dudes.
Yeah, it's the two dudes that did the
Yeah,
Hell Shake Yano thing, the
the most godly
live action animation.
skit.
Yeah,
It was amazing.
yeah, it's incredible.
Like all the French skits are done by their one French animator in-house.
So stupid.
And have you heard about him? Like, he doesn't understand Japanese,
Yeah,
so they gave him the manga, and they're like, "Here, like, check this out." So he did it, and now he makes skits based on what he thinks like works in French.
but like the first thing he did was like, oh, there's like French stereotypes in this or whatever, right? He
Yeah.
highlights that because like Popko and Pipimi go to France and they're eating like French bread, and Pipimi's wearing like a beret or something and
Yeah.
has like a mime outfit or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly what he was going for, but it's all bonkers.
Yeah, and what's it? Yeah, and they only ever showed the subtitles for the French on the
Only
second
once,
half,
right?
on
Yeah.
the second half of the airing.
That doesn't
Eh,
make any sense, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, and I just feel like the way that they only have a 12-hour or 12-minute episode, but then they replay it twice with two different voice actors and actresses is like so in line with what Pop Team Epic represents.
The fact that I got to sit and listen to an episode where Cell and Frieza from Dragon Ball like
Yeah.
freaking voice Pupko and PP, it's just fucking incredible. And then,
Yeah.
Another episode is Sugita Tomokazu and Nakamura Yuichi, which are my two favorite voice actors right now.
Yeah, it's the artist I don't even know how to say his name. Is it Bukubo?
Bukubu?
Yeah,
Oka
Bukubu.
Bukubu? Yeah.
Yeah. He gave the animation studio like a list of paired up voice actors and actresses that he wanted for each episode.
Yeah.
So he had
Oh,
like
I
a
didn't
very
know
clear
that.
vision in mind.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
so he knew what he wanted every single time.
And one of the episodes was like the two main characters from Eureka 7. Like it's
Mhm.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's just perfect. Like he chose some great voice actors and actresses. Like I'm still waiting for Hanazawa Kana. I want to see if she shows up.
Yeah. I
But
feel like all the big names will eventually show up.
mhm. Yeah. I don't know. Like you can't. There's not really much to talk about specifically. Like I can only just sing the praises of
Yeah.
the show.
It's definitely like it's YouTube poop, but done really well,
Mhm.
and just memes done really well.
Yeah, they reference so much like American and Western stuff too.
Yeah.
It's like these people are like these people are like your typical like internet goers.
Yeah, it's very self-aware
too.
for sure.
Mhm.
Uh,
Like yeah. I mean like in the first episode like they reference like fidget spinners, like Guardians of the Galaxy,
mhm.
like what else? I don't even remember anymore.
I mean, there's a
It's
billion
been a while.
references.
Yeah,
So.
there's like so many. They reference Undertale in
Yeah.
like last week's episode.
Oh, really?
Like yeah, it's like that's an American indie game that just got ported to Japanese like last year, and they're referencing it already. Like I don't know. That's just very on the nose, very current, very I guess very Pop Team Epic-ish. It's I don't know. I feel like everything that the studio does is just so in line
Yeah.
with it. Even though the director at the beginning, he was like, "Yeah, I thought this was just gonna be your typical webcomic," and then I read it and I was like, "Oh shit, how am I gonna do this?" Because I
Yeah.
have no idea what I'm gonna do. But I feel like he's pulling it off pretty well.
Absolutely. Man, do you see yesterday's episode?
Not yet. I heard
Oh my
it was,
god.
they finally did the lemon prank or the lemon gag. I heard
lemon.
the one where like she eats the lemon and then like her face like scrunches up. It's like one of the more. It's one of the more popular
I don't
like panels
maybe
from the manga.
I don't remember, but there's some great segments from yesterday's episode, and like one of the guys that voiced he voiced Popko, and his name's Onosaka Masaya, and he's been voice acting since like early '90s, and he always plays the character with the Kansai Ben with the Osaka accent,
Mm-hmm.
and he does it here, and it's just holy shit, it's so good, just amazing. What have been like your favorite segments? Is it like Bob Team Epic, or do you like the ones with the extended plot, or do you like the video game one? Do you like the random skits, like the 4-panel skits that they do?
I thought Bob Team Epic was actually really weak starting off, but they eventually started to get better.
Oh, dude, which
as
one's your
time went
favorite
on.
one? I have a favorite one.
I like the alien cat one. I think that was the
Oh,
best one.
the one that where Popko shoos the alien away.
Yeah, Kaiju in the side.
Yeah.
Kaiju in the side.
Yeah.
It's like he's like an alien pretending to be her cat.
Right,
He's like,
right.
I'm a cat. Yeah. And then, yeah. Either that or the one where Papaco and Pee run into the dude with the glasses. And, he's
And then
like,
he flips
Stop
over his
staring at me.
Yeah, he
He's like,
flips his
"Me deny."
glasses. Yeah.
Me deny yo. Me deny.
Yeah.
Me deny yo. Yeah, it's like Yeah, that one was great as
I
well.
think my favorite one is the one where Popko's trying to go to school, and then
Yeah.
her blanket stops her from going to school and lays her down, and then she's like, "Oh no, Mr. Pillow, no, no, I can't go back to sleep.
No.
If I go back to sleep, I can't go to school. Oh no!" And then like the her mattress and like blanket and pillow put her to sleep. And then like the alarm clock blows up. He's like, "Oh no,
Yeah.
Mr. Alarm Clock! Now I can't get
Yeah.
up." And he's like, "Oh, thank you guys!" Like, oh my god, it's just
Yeah, it's like
it's
it
so
represents
good.
how we all feel in the morning. It's like,
Yeah,
oh no, my bed's here. Oh no, I'm gonna miss work. Oh well.
yeah.
Yeah.
My god.
Yeah. My let me see. I think Hell Shake Yano was one of the highlights, if not the highlight,
Yeah,
of the entire show. It's just like it's so much work and it's like so rough, but it's so well done at the
yeah.
same time. Like I was just sitting there in awe like the entire first time I was watching. I'm like there's no way they're doing this.
Yeah, the
They
thing
just
is, it's not just drawing it or coming up with a script, but practicing it live. That's insane. That wasn't like a short 20-second thing. That was like a full 3-minute skit where they're
yeah.
flipping through pages and putting one notebook on top of one another and
They
then
have
doing
like 20
movements.
notebooks apiece, and they're
Yeah,
just like constantly shifting them on off. They have like cutouts for the hands, the audience. They have like fold out paper
yeah.
for different parts. The two pads like intersect and like have half of a drawing that goes with each other. Like, can you imagine trying to choreograph
I can't.
all of that?
It's
It's unbelievable.
so much talent.
Yeah,
It's such weird use of incredible talent, but they do it so well that you have to give them props.
yeah, it's like it's so well in line with like how they're like a kuso anime.
Yeah,
Like they put all the effort and the budget in the wrong place.
making poop basically.
Yeah, like how like the OP is like this amazingly animated like work,
Yeah.
but then everything else is like everything else is like shitty in
The thing is,
comparison.
aside from Bob Team Epic, all the other studios, including what is it, Kamikaze,
Mhm.
they all look great. Even the CG ones
Yeah.
look really great.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
All the gaming segments too.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
super well done.
Yeah. I think I have to think about it. I think my favorite I think my favorite skit, well, cuz I've watched it so many times, is Let's Pop Together music video.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love the original Earth, Wind, and Fire song. And when
Yeah.
I heard it, I'm like, there's no way they're parodying Let's Groove.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god. Like, what is this? How can you do this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Cooking show is also pretty good. The cooking show skits.
It's like, oh, tell me when to stop putting the sugar. Stop! And then she keeps putting the sugar.
Yeah. It's a really great parody of, like, the NHK cooking shows. Like, they, at the end, they even have PPTP, like, in,
Yeah,
the,
it's like
in the
credits.
NHK
Yeah.
eggs
Yeah.
and stuff. It's just,
I think
yeah.
episode 5 with Sugita Tomokazu Nakamura Yuichi is my favorite, with Donka Sis.
Yeah.
The sister show. It's amazing how they play the parents, and
Episode 5 was probably one of the best.
yeah, and then like
That
they
one
do
and
the,
2. Yeah.
yeah, and I think the part where Popko's like, "Hey, if you praise me, I get really happy and I do better. I feel better about myself." So PP starts rubbing her head. She's like, "Good girl," and he's like,
Marilyn
"Oh
Monroe.
yeah, it's."
Oh.
And then for the Sugita Nakamura part, they just
They're
talk.
they're like, oh, it's getting big.
Yep.
Yeah, it's getting big. Yeah.
This is
it's
a
getting very long.
long segment here.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
they're like,
The next
this-
getting longer than the joke.
Yep. And then they're like, "Oh, this looks like the credits for that TV show from the '90s, and it is
Yeah.
an actual TV show. It was
And
a
then they start
detective
putting
show.
they start putting the credits on the neck, or like the name of the director
Yep.
and stuff. Yeah,
It's just great.
yeah.
Great show.
I also love the way Tomokazu Sugita says the name of the show. He's like, "Popute, pipiku,"
Yeah.
or whatever.
He's
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
He's my favorite dude. So yeah, I think that's Pop Team Epic.
If you're not watching the show and you're listening to this, you need to go watch the show. Like,
It's
if you have
definitely not for everyone though.
if you have a sense of humor for if you're on the internet and you appreciate like the sort of the sense of humor that's on the
Meme
internet,
culture, maybe
yeah,
cultural references.
this
Yeah.
is a good anime for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the anime portion of the show. Let's quickly talk about some music.
Yeah.
We
Yeah, we can make
have
it
been
pretty brief.
we have
It's
been
been
getting
real.
into. You have Dalco here. Thank You Blue is the album, right?
Yes, I bought that album while I was at Shibuya Tower Records, and it's one of my favorite J-pop albums of all time now. It's
Wow.
just such a solid album, honestly. Like, I don't like just every song, honestly. Like, at
Yeah.
least like I think the second half is a tiny bit weak because it's just like album originals, but it's still like really good. But like opening track is frick, I forgot the name of it. I watched the movie on the airplane too. It's the Uchiage Hanabi,
Hmm.
and that song is just such a good rock ballad kind of style of song. And then next up on the track list is what it's Step Up Love, another fantastic song. Then it's Juicy, Sameshi Kami-sama, like all of these are just like hits.
Yeah.
Shibuya K, Daisuki with Teddy Lloyd. Bang. Like I every single song I just think it's so strong by itself and then packed into an album, it almost feels like a best of
Hmm.
rather than like a new album to me.
Just like one after another of good
Yeah.
songs.
I don't know, cuz I've been very hot cold on Dalco in the past. I
Hmm.
didn't like all of her stuff before. I thought she was very gimmicky.
Hmm.
But I think this one shows off a lot of her strengths. This is very much how I felt about Rail's second album and how diverse in genre it was. And
Sigma.
no, Gokusai Shiki.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sigma was her third.
Hmm.
Like I just like the variety of genres, the vocal variety, and like just the pacing of each track. I thought was just perfect, and I think Thank You Blue is very similar in that spirit, and it reminds me a lot of Gokusai Shiki. So
Cool.
yeah,
I'll have to check it out.
yeah, I highly recommend it. I think it's her best work to date. All right, next up, we we didn't mention the OP for Pop Team Epic, but I think it's one of the best anime OPs in a long time. It's called Pop Team Epic. It's by Uesaka Sumire. She's a voice actress.
She
Also
played
singing.
PP Yeah.
Yeah, she played PP Me in one of the episodes. I think it's like the second.
Yeah. It's one of the earlier ones.
Yeah. Um, it's a very unique produced song in a world where Japanese anime OPs are very safe
Yep.
and very whatever, they took a huge risk with this song, and I think it sounds amazing. It's just like really heavy, electronic beat. Very, her voice is auto tuned really heavily as well. But the melodies are so strong. The instrumentals are like super filled out. And it's really catchy. Like I never skip the OP in Pop Team Epic just so I can watch the amazing animation and so I can listen to the amazing song. Like both repeats of every episode. I always
Yeah.
watch it.
I think when we first mentioned this on Twitter, I thought the song was very similar to Rail's stuff in Gokusai Shiki. I think like especially like the instrumental work is like just heavy and grimy and very like deep and full. The vocal styling is a little different, of course, right? No one can
Yeah.
be Rail, of course.
Uesaka Sumiru's like singing vocals aren't the best.
Right.
But
And that's
they're
that's
good
not her
enough.
style either. Like Rayo is she has a very unique
She's
singing.
a belter and
Yeah.
a rapper and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
So yeah, it's good. It's solid, and I think my favorite part about watching the OP is at the end where it's like the last 8 seconds or so.
When
There's
all
like
the different TV things
yeah,
pop
yeah.
up.
When it's like a repetitive part where like it's like an auto-tune repeat kind of thing going on with the song, and then it's just a picture of like an image of Popko, and she's like shaking like intensely.
Oh yeah, that's when Papaco turned into a fidget spinner.
Yeah, and that's like my favorite
she was
part.
spinning around.
I love that part. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good song. I don't really give a shit about anime openings or endings, but yeah, this is a solid one.
Yeah.
It's catchy.
It's just so different, you know.
Yeah.
That's what caught my attention more than anything, and I was just like,
It doesn't sound like a fucking anime OP. That's yeah.
I looked up the guy who produced the song. His name's like Busted Rose or something, and he's just like indie producer. Like his SoundCloud has like 1,000 plays like on each song. You know, it's like no one's ever heard of him, and they took a chance on this guy, and the song sounds awesome. You know?
This video has fucking 2 million views, so I think he did something right.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm just good on you guys, King Records.
Yep.
And good on your Pop Team Epic.
Pop Team Epic. Just an insane thing that exists in this day and age.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Uesaka Sumire. And then you want to talk about Brockhampton.
Yeah. I'll just go over it really quickly because it's been my latest like music craze. They're like a collective of rappers and singers. They call themselves a boy band, and they released like 3 albums in like 6 months, and honestly all 3 albums are like top quality, like modern hip-hop / alternative rock and pop. And yeah, I just think they're like on the up and coming, and I think that everyone should be paying attention to them because they're about to get really big. If you like hip-hop and rap, you should definitely check these guys out because they're going to be defining the genre, I believe, in like the next year or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's about it.
It sounds good.
Brockhampton.
I'm listening to one of those songs here, and yeah, it
Yeah,
sounds like
Gummies are-
something I would listen to.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
at least this one.
Yeah. Well, they just like every single song is like, it's a hit. It's catchy. I can sing along to every song.
Okay, that's the best part about music is when it's catchy and I can sing along to it.
Yeah, it's like I don't get it. I'm like, there's no way you can make every song on an album like singable.
Right.
But I can do that with every single song on all 3 albums that they released in a 6-month period.
That's incredible.
It's like, what?
Yeah, I mean this song I'm listening to right now is called Gummy.
Yeah.
It's a rap song. And it's not like the modern rap. It's not like the trap things happening.
No.
I don't like trap very much, so this is way up my alley.
Yeah.
More along the lines of like Tyler the Creator, I guess.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
But
well, they channel like multiple styles. Like they have like kind of older style like 90s rap too. They delve into mixing like kind of alt rock, punk.
That's cool.
With rap. Then they do like funk. Like they do like Parliament Funkadelic. It's productions on top too. Highly recommend.
Yeah, I'll definitely check this out. This is cool.
Yeah.
All right.
And then K-pop. You've been on a K-pop binge recently.
Yeah, so it was weird because they started chatting in Discord randomly, like back in like September-ish. So it's going back like 5 months basically. And he's like linking, random K-pop stuff, and we're just like listening to it, watching it, whatever. And then like twice really did it for me because their songs are it's just like this straight catchy ass pop music. We're not talking about musicality or best singing, best dancing like a lot of K-pop arguments tend to end up at. It's just incredibly catchy music that leaves you with a melody stuck in your head. And I there was a period of like 2 months where I had Twice song just stuck in my head, looping over and over again, and I just couldn't get it out of my head. Even I think it was like late last year where a lot of Japanese idols were releasing stuff that was kind of lackluster.
Mm-hmm.
And then Twice came along and they're like, hey, we released like 4 songs that are like incredibly catchy this year.
Yeah, and they're all good.
They're all solid, well produced, and just fucking like stuck in your head, easy to remember, easy to sing along with kind of songs. That is like the epitome of what I consider to be good pop music. Good mainstream pop music should be this basically.
Yeah, they went like back to back. It was like first was like Cheer Up, I think, and there was TT.
Yeah.
And then there's Me Likey.
Well, even before Me Likey, they had like they had Knock Knock, Signal was really good.
Yeah.
Like really like all those songs are incredibly catchy. Say what you will about Twice's look or their dancing ability. I see this like arguments all the time in K-pop forums, and you know, I try to avoid that stuff because I don't really like negative bashing of groups because you're not into them.
K-pop fans are crazy.
They are crazy, and you know, so it is what it is. But then another thing that helped me get into Twice was like the fact that there's like 3 Japanese girls in the group, so that's really cool and
like,
unique.
What? Sana,
Momo, and Mina.
Mina, yeah. I only know Sana.
Really charming group. And then, you know, I revisited Blackpink because when Blackpink released their first couple songs, like Whistle and Boombaya, I really liked it.
Yeah.
Then I realized that they released a song last year called As If It Were Your Last. And
was that good?
It's really good. It's super catchy. Lisa's rap, amazing, solid. Jenny's incredible. Just amazing music, I think. Just incredibly catchy. Yeah. At the end of the day, when there's good K-pop that I find catchy, it's hard to beat.
Yeah. I mean, I know there's supposed to be like the second coming of 21. I just wish they would. I wish they didn't release as often as 21 did.
Yeah.
Because Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
They release more often.
They released 3-4 songs in 2016. They released 1 song in 2017, and we haven't heard from them since.
Come on, guys. 21 didn't die for this.
So yeah, it's great, you know. And I got into other groups like I'm blanking right now. BTS. No, I didn't really get into BTS. I think their early stuff is really good. Early stuff as in like 3-4 years ago. I really like those songs. Recent stuff like DNA or whatever song.
DNA is more like trap rap.
So. Yeah, and then like whatever they did with Steve Aoki is not very catchy to me.
Steve Aoki sucks.
People really like him though, so
they just they just want cake in their face, that's why.
Yeah, sure. That might be why. But yeah, I've been, you know, getting into like Priston, which is like an offshoot from IOI.
Wow, you're going deep.
What is that fucking group with SM?
Which one?
Red Velvet. Red Velvet. Yeah, I got into Red Velvet a lot. I think they're really good. Really charming members too. Yeah, so K-pop is treating me pretty well here, so
it's really funny. You like came into K-pop right as I went out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it just takes a few good catchy songs for me to get into it. And then I've always liked K-pop. I got really into Girls' Generation like 2009, 2010.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not really surprised that I got back into K-pop, but you know, back then it was all I listened to was Girls' Generation and 21 basically. Mm-hmm. That was it for K-pop, and I listened to American punk rock. So it was weird. I didn't even listen to J-pop or Japanese idols back then, but yeah, it was only a matter of time. I just needed someone to be a catalyst, and Day was that catalyst because he kept on spamming random Twice videos.
He was spamming in the K-pop Discord channel?
No, he was doing it in the general channel. So like I made the K-pop channel just specifically for K-pop.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's great. It's if you want to have discussions about idols and whatever and video games and K-pop or whatever, just join our Discord, and it's discord.me/NSK. Yeah. But yeah, K-pop has been treating me well, but I feel like none of the groups have released anything in the past months, 6 months basically.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
waiting on that.
yeah. Well, it's the beginning of the year, so I think there's gonna be a slew of releases.
I hope so. I hope we don't just get one single from Blackpink. So
Yeah, more than two, please. That'd
yeah,
be nice.
that'll be great. So,
Yeah.
but they have like a variety show. Draco said it's really good. So, or not
Mhm.
variety. It's like a reality show.
I'm
It's a
surprised
typical.
Draco
Yeah, Draco
got
really got
into it.
into like he got into him because of the variety stuff. He thinks that K-pop variety is better than
K-pop variety is very good. I used
yeah.
to watch
So
all the Girls' Generation variety
yeah,
and
from
stuff.
from what I've watched, it's really good. So yeah, K-pop, it's really good. Yeah, that's music portion.
You want to just call it here?
We could talk about gaming real quick if you want. I didn't
Sure.
play that many games last year, so
I played quite a few.
yeah.
Yeah, I think this year was one of the best years for gaming, like in a long time. Just from like a lot of the titles that released, like like my favorite from last year was Nier Automata.
Hmm.
Um, like the storyline, like gameplay, amazing because Platinum Games they make some of the best action RPG like mechanics in the industry. Yoko Taro mind fucks you with the story. Story was amazing. Characters were great as well, and it was just overall a joy to play. Um, Closely following that, Persona 5. One of the best JRPGs I've ever played. Let's see what else. Damn, I used to just like go off, but I've been like I'm like blanking right now.
Oh, you've been so busy.
Yeah, I haven't been playing too much either recently.
I think all the games I played are like
Oh
multiplayer games,
yeah,
so it's hard for me to sit here and go, I played Persona but
oh
didn't
yeah,
finish it.
oh yeah, like Breath of the Wild,
All right, Mario Odyssey.
amazing. Mario Odyssey, amazing. Fuck. Oh, I mean, sure, new Pokemon game. The last Pokemon game on the 3DS line, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. It was pretty good. Um, but yeah, I mean, just as like what 4 or 5 games, that's good quality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
no, it was a really good year for games.
yeah, like
Absolutely.
especially RPGs, like Japanese RPGs in particular. Like
Yakuza was really well
yeah,
received. The
Yakuza's yeah,
remake.
yeah. Like I don't play Yakuza, but like I heard it was like fantastic.
I really want to get into it.
Um,
Yeah. I just don't have the time to play an RPG right now.
yeah, Doki Doki Literature Club for the people who did play it.
Oh god.
It it was legit really good.
Yeah.
Like
No, I heard it's like a
meme,
complete mind fuck.
memes aside, like it's the way it plays with you is just like Yume Nikki, Undertale, like I don't know if Mother did anything similar to that, like or like Lisa, if anyone's played that. Like it's just similar to all those like it's like those indie games that are primarily made by one person who does all the programming, like music development, and and it's like what is up with like one man teams making such like amazing games, you
I
know?
think it's because their creative vision is not diluted by other people, and
Yeah,
they get to stick and do it.
very true. Yeah,
So
I'm trying to look up more games. Yeah, I mean like Horizon Zero Dawn, people played that. Cuphead, um, Destiny 2.
I mean, Destiny 2 was fun when I played it. I played it with like
It's
Day, Kyle, Tron. It
yeah.
was really fun.
I want to like Destiny 2, but they're not making good decisions for the
You
longevity.
played way more than I have, so I
Yeah, they're
don't
not
know.
making good decisions for the longevity of the
Yeah,
game.
that's what I keep hearing.
Yeah. Yeah, like Neo, um what? Like,
Neo was a solid game. I can't play it
yeah,
because I suck at that game.
it's really
And
hard.
It's really hard. It's Dark Souls, but Japanese themed, I guess.
Yeah, Splatoon 2.
Oh, that man, I had a lot of fun playing Splatoon 2.
Yeah,
The 10 or so hours I played.
yeah. I mean, it's a great game with a lot of replayability, which is
For sure. I want to get back into it. And it's like surprising because I completely suck at shooting games on the console.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the one where I felt like I was okay. Like I
Yeah.
didn't feel too terrible about it. Like
Yeah,
I don't ever want to play Call of Duty on console, but like playing Splatoon, I felt totally fine.
Yeah, Splatoon's like perfect.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have a really high skill ceiling, and the bar is like really low. But like, there's a lot of ways to express yourself.
Yeah, and then like
And express your skill.
yeah, exactly. Like the different weapons, and then the fact that you can customize your characters. Like you can't really do that in Call of Duty. Call of Duty, you basically either get a rifle or a sniper rifle, machine gun, and that's
Yeah, you have
basically
like
it.
certain loadouts. And
Yeah, you
that's
never like the fact that you can use like a paint roller as a weapon and like buckets to splash paint on people as a
Yeah.
weapon is like so unique and different.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's an incredible game.
Yeah, and this is also the year of the battle royales. You know,
Right.
Fortnite, PUBG.
Really fun games, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think we'll see a year like this for a while. Although I have high hopes for this year though, because Final Fantasy 7 remake, or I mean 7 or 8, I think it's 7
Yeah.
remake might be coming out the end of the year.
I don't know. Man.
Maybe, probably next year, honestly,
Yeah.
or if that. Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out finally. We got a whole slew of Switch games lined up, as well as like
Do we?
yeah, we got, let me see, Switch games 2018.
I just want like a mainline Pokemon.
Yeah, it's coming to Switch. They were there's a job opening on Nintendo website looking for a Unreal Engine developer to help work on the new Pokemon game. So it's gonna be an Unreal.
Hopefully it's not Pokemon Safari Rangers.
Hopefully it's a new Pokemon Coliseum. That'd be pretty
That I'm not that hot on either.
Or
I
like,
want
kind of in the style of.
I
or
want
not
like
in
a
the style
big
of, but-
ass open world Pokemon game.
Well, yeah, I want open world in the style, or I guess Coliseum wasn't really open world, but yeah,
No.
I think it will be open world. Like, how could they do Zelda and not make?
Yeah,
Pokemon
exactly.
game?
Like the scope of how big the world is in Zelda, like take advantage of that and use Pokemon, you know?
Yeah.
God, that'll be the best.
Yeah, I mean, we got, like, this is for me personally, but there's a new Fire Emblem game for the Switch coming out.
Oh, like a mainline Fire Emblem?
Yeah, mainline Fire Emblem Switch
Fucking
game.
right. Yeah, that would
Yeah.
work.
Mega Man 11. I think that one's supposed to be good, as long as it's not like whatever the failed Mega Man copy was.
Oh, Mighty
there's-
Number 9.
Yeah, Mighty Number 9.
Yeah.
A Yoshi solo game's coming out.
Yeah. No, Yoshi doesn't do it for me, but
He's like made out of yarn, dude.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
care. No, like my favorite Nintendo games are like Fire Emblem and Pokemon and what were we just talking about?
Wait, Fire Emblem, Pokemon, Mega Man.
No, not Mega Man. I mean, I like Mega Man, but I know I'm blanking, but whatever. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking for like looking forward to like Burnout Paradise is getting remastered.
Oh
It's coming
yeah,
out,
that's right.
it's coming out in a month, so that's gonna be awesome, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun multiplayer. I feel like we should get in on that and play a whole bunch of that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have the regular Burnout on Steam,
Yeah,
but I've like never played it.
yeah. I have Burnout Paradise on Origin, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, remastered. I'm sure it'll look great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, there's like a Samus game coming to Switch too.
Okay.
Like it's just like there's a lot of like there's like rumors of a Star Fox original coming as
Mhm.
well. It's just like a bunch of exciting stuff for Switch.
Yeah, I feel like none of those franchises I ever
Yeah.
really got into.
Mm-hmm. Dark Souls remastered too for Dark
Yeah.
Souls fans. I'm looking forward to that.
Hmm
Yeah.
It's not even
And
that
the-
old of a game, but yeah, sure.
It's pretty old. It's like 2009.
Dark
almost-
Souls?
Yeah, the first one.
That's Demon Souls.
Oh, wait. Dark Souls.
Demon Souls was maybe 2009 or 2010.
Oh, yeah, Dark Souls was 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like 7 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they'll never remaster Demon Souls, though, because, like, no one knows about Demon Souls,
Yeah.
except the people who care. But everyone knows about Dark Souls, so
Right.
it pulls more. Yeah, I think that's about it for games, unless
Yeah.
you got anything else.
I don't have any like specific games that I'm super excited about. I just heard about Burnout Paradise being remastered earlier this week and thought that was exciting. I never got to play that much of it. I have it on PC, but I didn't really get into it,
Yep.
so
Yeah, I'm the same way.
that would be fun. Yeah. I think that's everything we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, that's a healthy show
Yeah.
today.
So I think we can wrap it up.
Yeah, we'll be doing another one in the future, probably for summer lineup of anime.
Yeah, I think
I mean spring.
Yeah, we'll do one after this current season ends in about 4 weeks.
Yeah, once spring begins a bit.
So like late March or early April, we'll do another show.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll have more things to talk about.
Yeah, we'll be talking about this season that we're in, and then the current spring as well. So
Yeah. So yeah, that'll do it for this show. You can follow me on Twitter at YoshiRect. Follow Chase on Twitter at StarLancerPG. Follow Schook Kaidan on Twitter at Schook Kaidan. And don't forget to join our Discord channel at discord.me/NSK. I'm pretty much active all the time in there, so hit us up, talk to us, chat with us, and yeah. That'll do it for the show.
thanks for tuning in.
I think.
I've been. Yeah, I think that's it. I've been Chase. What is my name?
The Muckety Muck of Cuck.
Yeah, I'm the Muckety Muck of Cuck, and Yoshi is.
The King of Alone style.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Thanks for tuning in.
Yep, that'll do it for the show. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.